Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second episode of Secrets of the Lost Summit. We're here hanging out with these nerds. How are you guys doing?
I'm chilling, bro.
Doing good.
I'm excited.
You're excited to lose your character already?
I mean, I almost did
Episode
session.
two? I mean, you're not wrong. You did almost lose him in
I've already been there.
Yeah, so, I mean, we can go there
It's
again.
very
That's
close.
fine. I'm going to need you to not roll 4 nat ones in a row tonight. That would be great. That'd be just splendid, honestly.
No, you know I need to change colors, but I really like this purple. All right, try this one. New dice.
Oh, your
New
dice. I was like,
dice.
dude, you didn't do anything. I thought you were talking about like the lighting in your room or something. What? And I was like, nothing changed, Tyler. Oh, God.
I can't see the colors on my remote anymore.
Oh, now you're just green.
I mean, I knew that I was green. No shit, Sherlock. I hit the green button.
Sounds like a lot of hostility.
How was your day, Kyle?
It was a day.
Yeah,
I'm ready for this
Well,
week
the
to be
kids
over.
did.
No,
I am also ready for
the
this
kids
week.
are never good.
I had a really productive day, which was nice. Well, I mean, I did productive as in like I spent money and stuff, but
I was gonna say buying Funko Pops isn't productive, Jacob.
Oh,
Like,
please.
it's a good day, but it's not productive. There's different.
I mean, I got other stuff done today that I needed to get done.
Okay.
But also, I've been telling Kyle about this, that I keep getting extremely tired at like 7 o'clock because I've been trying to make myself wake up and be a real functioning human adult, and like waking up at a good hour and going to sleep at a good hour, because like the last year I've just gone to sleep when I wanted and woken up when I wanted and taken a nap when I wanted. And so now my body's like, hey, you haven't napped and you also woke up at 5. So
Go to
Please
This
bed.
go
man
to
was out
bed.
at 9 o'clock last night.
bro, it was
Like, I looked-
7:30.
I went over to talk to him and like see if he wanted to play some Magic, and he was like slumped, like completely out of it.
Kyle
Our
and Ashley
grandparents were over.
Kyle and Ashley both texted me, and I didn't text them back at all because I was asleep.
I mean, that's a good reason not to text someone back.
Welcome to the real
Yeah.
world, dude.
Yeah, Kyle was like, welcome to being an adult. I was like, I know, I stopped doing that a couple years ago, and now my body is just like, hey, stop being an adult. But it's been fun. Also, does anyone remember why I rolled a sleight of hand check?
No.
I don't.
I can't
You
say that
tried to steal the tip that I left for the.
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah, you.
Oh.
There it
yeah,
was.
There it was.
Of
Yeah.
course I know.
Yeah.
Shame.
So to like recap what happened last time, our friends slowly met each other as one of them was doing sort of judge and jury type thing in the town of Silith. Our goblin friend was just strolling into town along with our witch friend Danny, both on missions of their own, while Jackson was on the hunt for Danny. They met. They fought off some goblins that tried to raid the town, as well as seeing a giant dog-like creature come out of a portal and take some of those goblins away from them and run off into the forest. Therian almost died. You know, never forget that. Session 1, 4 nat ones in a row. Therian almost died. He got fixed up. He got fixed up by the very janky med kit of Zittlezap, and you guys had some catching up. You ate some breakfast, and I'm pretty sure Therian convinced you to go help him hunt down whatever this creature is that ran off into the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going straight to the forest? Like, do we have we talked about like any plan at all?
I mean, that's up to you. Like, this would probably be like where you guys have eaten your breakfast, you've gotten up from the table, had your little bit of bickering that you just always have, and you feel free to discuss amongst yourselves before you leave as you're like
I just had a
walking out.
heart attack when that music came on, so I was, I was like, whoa. So, is there anything that anybody needs to do before we embark?
Yeah, I'd like to go home, please.
Well, that
It's
Yeah,
fun
I just
with
need to
you.
go put my face on, and then I'm gonna go into like the bathroom and like turn into a different person.
Okay.
she didn't have a. Who are you?
Yeah, you guys watch
Who are you,
Danny
and why are you
walk
wearing
into a
these
bathroom, and a couple seconds later, somebody else walks out.
Yeah, I'm probably just still waiting for Danny.
We're just all like sitting in a circle talking.
I just
Oh.
turned into the same guy that I did the day before.
Okay, yeah, Jackson, you I guess you would all probably recognize them. They look familiar.
Okay.
But we don't know that it's Danny.
It's me. Hey.
That's good.
How, how can I help you, sir?
It's me.
Your name is.
Jesus Christ.
Intelligence was my dump stat.
I'm here. Hey, whatever you got to do,
You
buddy.
can call me Dan.
Yeah,
Hi, Dan.
So original on the renames.
Anyway, where are we going?
who are you?
It's me, Danny.
Oh.
Michael's realizing that intelligence was his dumb stat too.
Jackson, I told you I could do this.
You did.
I did.
What is going on?
Dan?
You asked for my help. You asked for my help. Yeah, here we stand.
Do you need to do anything before we leave?
Do I look like I need to do anything?
Maybe a shower. I don't. Never mind. Jackson.
Hmm?
Do you need to go stop anywhere before we go?
No.
You already did your stuff.
Let's go hunt us a magical, randomly appearing beast.
I really don't
Very
understand
fun.
how this is a good idea.
It's not.
Okay,
Okay,
don't-
It's don't need
It's
money.
for
But you know, Ziddlezap, you know what it does feel like?
Plot.
A call to adventure.
Wow. Jesus Christ, Jacob.
You also didn't know that my character breaks the fourth wall?
You're very self-aware.
Oh no. It's Toto 2.0.
Only Toto can do that.
I'm ready to head out.
I'm good to go.
I
So
Where
we
are we
make
going?
our way.
Oh, we make our way to the forest.
I was just waiting for you guys to stop saying yep.
Yep.
So you guys head out of the bar. You start wandering towards the east side of town where this beast ran off into the woods. And you make your way into the woods. What would your guys' marching order be?
I would think that I'm probably in the front.
Sure, I'll be right behind Therian. Looking for tracks.
I'll be in the back.
Okay, so Therian in the front, Jackson near him, Ziddlezap in the back, and Ophelia in the middle.
That works.
Dan.
Yeah, my name's Dan.
Who's Ophelia?
Not to me, it's not.
He said Dungeon Master, bitch.
All right, so yeah, can I get one of you, Therian or Jackson, to make a survival check to try and keep on the tracks of the creature, and the other one to make a perception check to like keep a lookout on where you're going.
Okay, you probably have a higher. What's your wisdom?
Jackson.
Or do you have better survival or
Let me see.
perception? It's a real question.
Said no, neither.
Wait, you guys
Oh,
have
my,
stats?
I'm proficient in survival.
Oh yeah, I'm proficient in perception.
Look at you guys just setting up how you're supposed to be.
I would like to make sure no one is following us.
Yeah, that's fine. Absolutely. I figured I would use your passive perception for something of that nature since you're in the back.
Okay. My passive perception is a 20.
I'm aware. All right,
Oh,
so
something I did learn. that I did not know about, and I'm not sure if you guys knew about. Whenever you are traveling, your passive perception is considered halved.
Really?
If you're traveling at a full pace. And it's not halved unless you travel at half pace.
What if you're traveling at the quickened pace?
I think it's just still considered halved. Because that's why, like, the Ranger, because, like, I did, like, a deep dive into rules. That's why the Ranger has, like, Natural Explorer, where you can travel at full pace and not be hindered by difficult terrain or have, like, your passive perception lowered or anything like that.
Interesting.
Because I always thought it was really, like, crazy that, like, you could have a passive of 20 and then, like, just not miss anything whenever you're traveling.
What are you talking about, dude? You can have way over 20.
So yeah,
But
you
there's
guys
just a rule for this one.
you guys start wandering out into the woods. It's a very nice autumn day. The breeze kind of blows every once in a while and rustles the leaves that are slowly starting to change colors. You see plenty of more of like yellows and oranges right now. They're not getting deep into the reds. It's the beginning of autumn. As you travel, as you get further away, you travel for an hour, 2. You start to lose the sounds of Silith behind you, and it becomes just this peaceful, like, walk. You hear birds chirping, and every once in a while, like, a deer run off in the opposite direction of you as you walk. You guys are walking, and Jackson, you start to notice that the tracks are becoming faint. They're slowly not as deep, almost like either they were covered up or like the dew of the morning was able to soften the ground enough that it was able to start erasing the tracks, but you start losing the tracks as you're walking.
It's not like different dirt or anything either, right?
What do you mean?
Like if it went from like regular soil to clay or like...
No, it's all just like regular soil.
Okay, gotcha. So, do they eventually come to a point where they just fade completely?
Mm-hmm. They start to fade away completely. You're like walking and almost you're like looking down trying to follow them, and you kind of like lose them for a minute, and then you get back to them, and then eventually you lose them and you can't find them anymore.
Seems I've lost the tracks.
Isn't that kind of your job?
Yes. Well, that can mean a few things. It went up, or it disappeared.
It did just randomly appear
Mm-hmm.
in the town.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely a possibility.
Hmm.
Can I like
Give me,
search
like-
the area?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I guess we just go back to where it was.
Make a like investigation or perception, depending on how hard you want to dig for it.
You guys give me like 10 minutes. I can ritual cast detect magic to see if anything has been cast in this general area.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, while Jackson kind of wanders off just a little bit as you sit around, you sit down, you cast detect magic. You do not pick up any scent of magic. Not that has been cast in this area. Jackson, it probably more of just takes you a little bit. You guys are kind of just standing there in a lull in the woods for 30 to 45 minutes, and when finally you separate a bush and you see a drop of blood drip off of the bush that you separated, you see that the footprints kind of pick back up, and you notice that there is like a trail of blood following the footprints.
Can I like take a little bit off the leaf and kind of like dab it on my tongue?
Mm-hmm.
Would I recognize it?
It's hot. It almost burns your tongue when you put it on your tongue.
Okay. So it's not like a recognizable...
It's not like human blood or anything like that you can recognize. It just, you put it on your tongue and you kind of hear it sizzle, and like one of your taste buds kind of burns, and you can feel like the welt starting to grow on your tongue.
I'll take a swig of water and like wash my mouth out.
Yeah. It just kind of like numbs your tongue for a little bit, but you see that the blood trail follows the tracks continuing on.
I found something.
Which find?
The creature's wounded.
Did any of us attack it before it got away?
I don't think so.
Maybe one of the goblins got at it before it was torn to shreds?
Would your little be able to recognize goblin blood?
Probably.
Okay. So it's definitely the blood of whatever the hell that thing was.
Goblin raids on Silith aren't like an uncommon thing. They happen every once in a while, so I'm sure you've been a part of one, Jackson, and you'd be able to recognize if it was goblin blood.
Yeah. It's not goblin blood. It has to be the creatures.
I guess we continue on.
And follow the trail. See where it leads.
Okay. You guys continue walking. You're able to pick back up on a pretty steady trail of, like, the footprints start to get a little bit bloody as they continue on. You notice that two sets of footprints are like regular dog-like footprints, and then other two sets of footprints almost look like they have fingers. And then that you notice on a couple of them, there's like webbing in between the fingers as it's walking. And there's 5 like fingers coming out. Almost it looks like a weird, like almost humanoid hand hits the ground with like webbing in between the fingers. But it's just as big as the paw prints, and it coincides with the paw prints that are with it.
There's your culprit.
I want to cast Detect Evil and Good.
Okay. What, hit me with that one. Okay. You sense that the blood that is along the trail is fiendish in nature.
Okay.
You pick that up, like, you kind of like, almost like a radar, you pick up all the, like, drops of blood within the footprints, and it's fiendish blood.
So does that help us kind of get, like, a sense of which way to keep going? Because I can, like, sense the blood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can continue to walk along the path. It's pretty noticeable, but yeah, your sense of it kind of keeps you along the path for a while. Danny, as you're walking, eventually you hear like a yipping noise coming off from your guys' right.
There's something over there.
What?
Did we hear what it sounded like when it came through the town?
It probably made like a snarling and a roaring. This is not it.
Something weird, like a yipping noise. I don't think it's quite what we're tracking, but there's something over there. I don't know if we want to avoid it.
We can always go check it out.
JJ could go look.
Does it lead away? Like, is it like away from the blood trail?
Like, you guys are following the path, and you hear this yipping off to your right. Like, it's a complete different direction.
So we can do that, and then that lets us stay on our trail and not, like, accidentally lose our trail.
Okay, well, I can look through the eyes of my familiar, but I would need someone to guide me because I can't see when I do that.
Well, we can stay here for a minute.
Okay. So I'll just send JJ in the direction of what I heard.
Okay. Can JJ fly, or is it just swing through the trees?
Probably just swing through the trees.
Okay, I didn't know if it was like a flying squirrel type. Like, I don't.
No.
So you start swinging along through the trees, looking through JJ's eyes. Eventually, you see 2 wolf-like dogs. One is a dark amber color with like white patches along its face. The other one is like a slate gray, and its underside has like it's all white on the underside. The gray one is like limping on its foot, and that's the one on its front, one of its front paws. That's the one that you can hear yipping through JJ. They're both kind of just sniffing around.
Okay, I will relay that to the party.
Okay.
Just a couple of like wolves or something. One of them seems injured though.
How far away are they from us, Kyle?
Probably about 50 or so feet.
Has Detect Evil and Good already like turned off?
Probably by now, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and use my channel divinity to get my spell slot back.
Okay. And I'm gonna do it again.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think we can go. We should just go check it out.
The wolves?
Did it look like what attacked the city?
No.
No. I feel like one of them kind of looked like Truth's wolves.
Wait, those are Truth's dogs.
The
Oh,
description
Yeah, I don't think
matches.
Danny would know that.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know that, Danny. No, you never saw Truth's dogs. But like when you describe, do you just say 2 wolves?
No, I would say what they look like.
Yeah, when she kind of describes them, the amber one is the one that Truth called from the woods to bring into the city.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the wolves.
Okay, so you kind of separate from the path. Do the rest of you go with him, or do you stay on the path?
I'd like look from Therion to Jackson and like back and forth. And
I'll go with
just
him.
follow him.
Okay, so you both follow him. You finally pushing your way through some like bushes and past some trees. You meet up with the wolves, and they both kind of jump almost like scared when they look at you. And the amber one snarls for a minute at you, and then it seems to recognize you. And it runs up to you, Therion, and kind of just like jumps on you, scratches the front of your armor a little bit, and then it jumps down and kind of nudges the gray one along, and they both start wandering off in the direction that the tracks were going in, but like off of the tracks.
I think we should follow the wolves.
I agree.
We'll follow them.
Okay, so you follow them along, and after maybe 20 minutes or so of following them along, you start to hear like grumbling, moaning off in the distance, and you continue to follow them, and they lead you to Truth, who is sitting like propped up against a tree, holding his abdomen. You see scratches going all up and down his arms and his chest. His shirt is ripped open, and you look, and his left leg is like completely mangled. You see scratches going down. You can see his bone all the way through his muscle, as like there's scratches going around like his whole leg. It's kind of like bent off to the left where it's not supposed to be, and he's just kind of holding it with his other hand. And they both run up to him and start like looking at his face, and he kind of like shoves them off when he notices you, and he says, "Oh, nice of you to show up."
What happened? And I want to run over and start like just like tending to his like wounds and stuff.
Yeah, so you sit down, make like a medicine check. Okay, you start tending with. I imagine trying to save like some of that magical energy, and you start just kind of tending normally how you would. You're not quite as good as you used to. You're a little rusty on your mending abilities, but it's making him feel better, which is kind of what matters at this point.
Can I go help him?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna pull out. So I thought more about it this week. Instead of it being yarn, I think it's butcher's twine.
Somehow
And,
worse.
I'm gonna like walk over. I'm like, look at you and be like, you sure this is what you do for a living?
I forgot the med kit at home. Okay.
And I'm gonna like tie a tourniquet to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, and he's like,
And then be like, I'm like, hey, this is gonna hurt a lot for a minute, dude. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
and you see him grab like off of his belt. He takes like it looks like a water skin, and he takes it, and he's like, all right, just let me know when.
Win.
And as soon as you say when, he quick like just puts the whole thing to his mouth and tips his head back, and you hear him like screaming into the bottle as you're doing it.
Yep, and I'm just gonna hack job this bad boy.
Yep. And like
another use of my kit.
Eventually he puts down the canteen and he calms down. You see he's sweating now. You've done a pretty good job of like to stop the bleeding coming from his leg, which if you wouldn't have done a couple minutes later, Therian, you would know he probably would have lost his leg if he wasn't able to stitch it back up the way he did. And he takes a deep breath. He goes, some dog I've never seen before. It's horrible. Yellow eyes of the devil himself. I've never seen anything like it.
What did it look like? How big was it?
Massive, at least 3 times my dogs.
It is not okay to talk about Therian's mom like that.
And he kind of, oh, don't make me laugh. It just came out of nowhere running. It had 2 limp, well, kind of like you in its mouth. Just came running along. It dropped both of them and attacked me. I put up as much of a fight as I could. Eventually, I just gave up. I laid down, played dead. It seemed more interested in the goblins than myself. It seemed to work. It grabbed them and ran off. I sent my dogs to the town to try and find somebody. I wouldn't have made it much longer if you wouldn't have come along.
No, it looks like it got to your dog, too.
Yeah, they tried to protect me in situations such as that. But they'll be okay.
Well, we need to get you back to the town.
He goes, I'm fine here, And he kind of like props himself up a little bit, and you can see that he can barely walk on his leg. But immediately when he like leaning up against a tree, he props himself up. Both of the dogs come to like his side, and he goes, my hut is only a couple minutes walk that way. I think I can make it.
Let us help you there.
I'm not walking all the way back there.
2 minutes. I'll go by myself if I have to.
Well, I mean, we probably wouldn't. We'd be stronger with just the 3 of us, honestly.
I wasn't gonna say it.
So you guys kind of prop him up and help him hobble back to his hut. It really is only like a minute or 2 walk off where your path already was. You get there and you see like smoke coming out of like a chimney. It's just a small hut. You see like canvas is used to like stretched across some planks of wood to hold it up. And he like lets you in and like sits down and he goes, "You're not going after that thing, are you?"
Well, that's the plan.
Well, maybe you'll have a better chance than I ever did.
I mean, yeah.
And he looks at you laughing. He's like, he looks, kind of starts chuckling with you and goes, "Maybe not you, little one. It seems to have a hungering for your kind."
Oh no, you shouldn't be worried about me at all. It's the guy with the big shield over here who doesn't know what he's doing.
The shiny target practice one.
And he kind of like grabs his leg. He goes, "Yeah, I can kind of see that."
I swear to God, if I get called target practice one more time.
He goes, "Do you want?" And he kind of look. It's kind of a mess. You can see that he doesn't spend a lot of time in here. You see, like there's kind of like a cot off to the side that's kind of messed up. You can tell he sleeps there. Kind of a couple of different pairs of clothes are just kind of strewn about. And then there's just kind of like wooden plates that he carved himself that are not clean, and they just kind of have like scraps all over him. He goes, "I might be able to make up some tea. I don't know if it'll be very good."
What time is it?
It's probably by now about midday.
I think we're okay. Thank you, though.
I owe you guys a lot for helping me out. If you're ever in the Dershire again and you need anything, You obviously know where to find me now.
You have coin?
What?
Do you have coin?
He goes, I live in the woods.
You have to buy goods with something.
What goods do I need
Jackson!
to buy? You look around and like all of the stuff that he has is like made, like homemade. It's carved or chiseled out of stone. His clothes look like random pieces of cloth that are just kind of sewn together. He goes, I haven't used coin in 2 years now.
He doesn't walk out of his
bathwater.
He goes, that one should probably learn to let go a little bit. Life's easier when you're not worried about finances.
You should meet our mother. And I walk out.
I'd probly look at what is this guy's name?
Truth.
Truth. Probably look at Truth and Therion. I go, they have mothers.
Yes, you guys are
We're
quite the
getting paid
group.
here?
I wish you the most luck that I can possibly give.
Well, we appreciate it. I hope you don't bleed out.
That makes 2 of us, little goblin.
Also, come back to check on you. Don't worry.
The twine should hold.
Well, yeah, if we're not back in, like, I don't know, a day or 2, maybe send help. That'd be probably a good idea.
And like he like starts to lay down on his cot and he weighs in it and you can tell he's like about to go. So he's like, you'll be fine. It's just a big dog. It's no big deal.
Yeah, Danny, it's just a big dog. We'll be fine. Well,
Yeah.
the 3 of us will be fine. I am worried about
Boiling
Shield Boy
blood.
over here.
He got the heebie-jeebies from just casting something. You know, you 2 use magic really willy-nilly around here.
Who?
The shining one and Danny.
Huh?
I don't know if I've casted a spell yet.
I think you've casted 1 spell since you've met Jackson, and I don't know if
Yeah,
he
I
saw you
casted
do
Firebolt.
it. Yeah.
I've only casted 1 spell.
Combat practical. You 2. It's not safe to do that in this continent.
Wait, why is it not safe to do that here?
We'll talk about this later.
I think I definitely, there's a large sweat bead down Zap's face as he hears that magic is not okay.
It's like, that's my thing, dog.
It's taboo.
My magic is not as taboo as the rest.
Yeah, but yours doesn't work apparently, so it doesn't even
And
matter.
what, you cutting your hand
My
open
magic
and
worked
turning
fine,
into
it's my
fire is
fists
not
that don't.
magic?
But you can cut your hand and turn it into fire.
What? Not important.
Dude,
He's like,
Dude,
I have a license.
Jackson.
No, I have a license.
Jackson,
Sounds a lot like the pot calling the kettle black.
metal.
Well, I work kind of with these people, so
I have a
So
license to
it's
use
legal
magic.
for them?
I
No
work
one
with
else?
the people that makes it dangerous.
I mean, I guess it depends on what side of the law you're on.
look, I don't write the rules, man.
Wait, who's running this? Who's running the world right now?
The world?
Yeah.
the whole world.
That's a very open-ended question, my friend.
The gods,
What a
obviously.
question. What a question.
I think Therion just go off about the gods and what they
No. Wait. So there's not one ruler?
Oh,
I'll shut up now. I'm gonna just start walking.
okay.
Goodness. Thanks, Orc from Mork, for the Prime sub, dude. We greatly appreciate that. That's awesome.
Woo! Prime sub!
Sorry, I just saw it.
That is gonna be that right there. That clip what you just did, Michael. That is gonna be
that needs
living
to be our
forever.
Yeah.
That should be our. That is our sub emote.
Woo!
Prime sub.
So you guys continue to walk. You are able to find your path pretty easily. You guys kind of trek through the forest. You're able to get back to the path of the creature that was walking. You see the footprints, and you see the blood still, and you kind of understand now the reason the blood's there is that Truth had a tussle with it. You keep walking for maybe about another hour or so, and ziddle zap. The woods start to become very familiar. You get a strong sense of like deja vu as you're walking.
Okay.
I'm just throwing it out there. It's you know what?
Okay.
Do with that information what you will.
You guys keep walking. Therian, can you make a perception check?
I mean, I can. Hey!
Hey, there you go. So you guys are walking, and eventually you walk without like noticing it right away. You notice that a clearing is coming up, and you see smoke coming from the clearing. And as you kind of get a little bit closer, you see that like you see like it looks like there's a campfire here, and then like around it is like piles of just stuff.
Guys, I've been here before.
What is it?
Care to elaborate?
We're kind of tracking down goblins, and hearing that from a goblin is really reassuring.
I don't understand why you're being so hateful.
It's not. I'm sorry.
Do you need a hug?
What?
I said, do you need a hug?
I'm just saying, we're tracking down goblins. Are
I
you
could-
related to
I-
these goblins?
No, I'm not related to these goblins.
Why is
But
this
they are
area
big
familiar to you?
assholes. Because I guess you would, some would say enslaved me for a little while.
Oh, Jesus.
Because they needed someone with special powers.
Oh, that's awful. I'm sorry.
Like, I mean, it's okay. I got away. And so now, next time I see them, I'm going to kill all of them.
It's a bit of an overshare. We met yesterday. But
Well, I
appreciate that.
just felt that.
We're not that close
if
yet, buddy. Calm
we
down.
were gonna have to fight them. You should be aware that there are goblins here.
I
I-
fight goblins regularly.
Okay, I won't say anything else. You still didn't answer about who's the world leader. By the way,
There
that's
isn't a world leader. There's
I think-
different empires
listen.
and kingdoms.
We'll say the
that
closest
rule
thing that you
different-
guys would know is that Arwen Sethafo is the king of Westopia.
Here, the
Arwen.
land
What a
we're in is ruled by one king. But in Eastopia, there's a different king and a different kingdom.
Wait, what's Eastopia?
The eastern part of the continent. I don't really have time to explain the intricacies of medieval policy
Are we
right now.
in Eopea?
Yes,
But why did you say Eastopia
because there's
and
Because
two.
we're in
Westopia? Isn't it all just Eopia?
I thought
Yes.
you said Weast.
I was
Oh,
about to
you said
say
Westopia.
You gotta understand, the kingdoms separated, and now they're ruled by two different entities. So they split the land on the middle.
Wait, when did they become two?
I don't remember.
Way before our time.
Maybe history check.
You make a history check.
See if I can access that information.
Guidance.
Okay, you can roll your d4. I just imagine
Ah!
Jackson just starts like thinking. You can see him. You can tell the gears are turning, and Therian's like, "Let me just add a little spice. It'll just you'll
Add a
remember.
little-
A little spy.
You'll remember. You would know it was around 250 years ago would have been when they split.
250 years ago, Eopea split into Eastopia and Westopia.
Oh.
2 separate kingdoms.
Oh. I probably wouldn't have known that. Okay.
That's okay. The history of this continent's quite confusing and kind of convoluted.
Is that something that they teach in school?
Was that a slight at me?
No,
I'm just
it was
kidding.
because
Just kidding.
it's because we don't have all the information yet.
Like if 3 people were working on it all at once, every day, up to now.
You know, the Evastian history is kind of convoluted. If you really want to get into that,
No, it's okay. I wouldn't have. Do they teach that do they have school still?
I didn't attend a school.
Yes, there's still school.
Okay.
Am I the only one here that went to school?
Our
If you are the
parents taught
product
us
of the
at
school
home.
system, I don't want to go.
I'm a mutant.
Jesus.
I traveled with the circus for the better part of my life.
Let me get this straight. I'm in here with whatever the school system provides. A circus clown. And what are you?
Oh shit!
What are you? You didn't even go to. Can you even read?
Yes,
Oh God, we're so screwed.
because I can read. You've
I'm starting to
barely
think-
been here before, but you don't know where you are, but you know where you are. I'm confused.
Hey, it is not nice to talk to someone who's only 21 days old like that. I
What
will
are you
not
talking
stand for
about?
this. I'm gonna just walk. I'm gonna
What
keep
is
walking.
wrong with this guy?
No, I haven't studied goblin anatomy, but I think they have to mature a little bit before they're fully grown.
And you you're Jackson, you're trying to process this. Ziddlezap looks old as shit, dude. Like he got wrinkles. Like he is old.
Some Benjamin Button shit up in
Yeah.
I'm Mrs. Nesbit.
All right, it's canon now that Jackson is able to remove his medal at will.
Pull yourself together.
Oh my
I want to see what
Oh my
happens
God.
anymore.
I'm referencing Toy Story 2.
What's Toy Story?
Never mind. It's a child's tale.
Oh my god. All right. As you guys are sitting here talking about how old Ziddlezap is and the ruling system within Eopea, Therian, with your perception check, and Ophelia, you would notice this too. There are no goblins at this camp. You actually notice as you kind of like start to get a little bit closer, slowly, just kind of making sure. You see bodies of goblins scattered. Full bodies with like huge gaping holes in them, scattered pieces of them. Like it looks like the good. You notice that the goods here are the goods that should have gotten to Silith on that trade route that was coming in. You see like food, some like smaller building materials, like cloth and stuff like that. All of it ruined as it's kind of scattered about. There's like dried blood from the goblins everywhere. It looks like a massacre happened here at this campsite.
Job's done for us, I guess.
Oh, that's a lot of blood.
It's mostly dry.
Make sure it's goblins.
All of
It's really
this blood.
gross
Yep.
how you do that. Jackson.
You pick it up. You like dip your finger in it, and it's kind of like what is it? It's like gummy. Like it started
Congealed?
to congealed. And you put it to your tongue, and it's kind of like thicker than the last stuff. It's not pleasant, but it's goblin
It's
blood.
like
Like
a
a
melted
gusher.
starburst.
That's
Yeah.
Like a gusher.
That's so
yeah,
gross.
yeah, it's gross.
You don't know where that's
You know-
been.
inside of some goblin's veins.
And now on
And
the
now
ground.
it's not.
He said it's free real estate, Danny.
It's free real estate.
I was really
Oh my
hoping I
God.
could just kill these guys myself.
Right. And whatever that thing was came through here and did it anyway.
And you do notice on the ground that, like, scattered about, they look older, but you see the tracks very similar to the tracks that were in Silith in the town square, Therian. And Danny, you noticed them too all over the ground. Yeah.
There's tracks.
Yes, we're on the right path.
God.
Thank God.
Should keep moving.
Yes. I don't think there's anything
look
for
around.
us here.
Should we look around the goblin camp? Can I look around the goblin camp for, like, I don't know, just like anything?
Sure.
Are you implying that you want to steal
He
something?
wants to loot. The cleric wants to
No, but,
loot.
like,
Your
it's
God
not
okay with that?
stealing if I'm returning, like, the stolen goods.
Are God's okay with that? Do you feel okay with that?
It's
I'm
okay,
stealing.
Therion. I'll be your god, and I'm good with it. Go ahead.
I'm not stealing. I want to look for, like, any kind of, like, letters from, like, the trading company that was moving goods that have been stolen.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
I want to look for food. It's lunchtime.
You want to look for food? There's food everywhere, Ophelia. But it's like there's blood on it. Some of it's smashed.
Never
Jackson
mind.
grabs a blood-covered apple and just
Couldn't even tell it.
eats it.
What do you pick anything up? Danny?
If there's blood on it, probably not.
I'm gonna go over to one of the apples, and I'm gonna prestidigitate the blood off of the apple. And be like, here you go.
Thank you.
Hey,
Oh,
you're welcome.
3 magic users. Awesome.
Jackson
was
is
that,
just
Batman?
now realizing.
I would have done it discreetly.
Okay. Then I wouldn't have noticed.
Therian,
Because I'm a little bit scared because Jackson said that he worked for people that tried to kill people who use magic. So I don't know if I would just let him know. I would definitely like try to hide and be like, ear, like scrubbing it off, but like there's like a little bit of magic in the palm of his hand.
you find a note or like a letter from a Dalton Fontaine, who is it's signed Dalton Fontaine, Reeve of Gilramore. And the whole like letter, it's to Daltov, the Reeve that you would know in Silith, and it's just stating that these are kind of relief effort supplies that they were able to put together.
What was Dalton's last name?
Fontaine.
Fontaine.
We did?
We did.
Key Knight Ninja. Woo woo! Pipes up!
So yeah, you do find that this trade, like, package came from Gilramore, and it was meant to go to Silith. And you would also find scattered about 53 silver pieces and about 112 copper pieces.
So
Just so you know.
I know that we're not on the map that you made, Kyle.
Yep.
But I was just curious, where are we at in reference to all of that stuff?
You wouldn't know at all.
Okay.
Like,
That's fine.
Zittlezap
I
has
didn't know if
no
we didn't
clue
know.
where
Okay.
anything is. Jackson would probably be the best bet to know that Gilramore is to the south of Ferris, which is to the south of Silith.
That
They're
is
kind of in
perfectly fine.
somewhat
That's
of in
all
a
I
line.
needed to know.
Arian, you find anything?
Did I find what?
Arian is who I was talking to.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have a letter Alright, I have a letter
We have
here.
very similar names.
Gilramore? That's how you say it?
Gilramore, yes.
I have a letter from Gilramore about these supplies. They were relief supplies to freaking. I can remember things.
Silith.
Silith, yes, sorry. I'm like out of character. I'm just like brain farting, dude. About these supplies were all relief for Silith. And then I also have the money from the traders.
We should probably return that to the trading company.
That's the plan. I have it in like its own separate pouch.
Mm-hmm. They, I'm sure they have quite good mercenaries somewhere.
Indeed. That's why I'm gonna hold on to the letter
Mm-hmm.
and the money together. That way, in case we do run into them, it's like, hey, found your goods.
Solid plan.
Glad we're on the same page.
We can turn this once we get back to town. I'll take this up to the mayor. Is it a mayor?
Reeve.
They're
is
Reeves.
the word.
The Reeves.
They're like
Theorin,
they're kind of
Jarl.
like
I wasn't sure what the
Eopea
term was.
Reeves. They're kind of like the medieval version of like a mayor.
Okay.
I mean, they're the
I'll take this to
the leader of the town. They're in charge of the government in that town.
I'll take this up to the Reeves and have it sent back.
What's the name of
Thank
the
you.
reed from Silith?
The one from Silith's name is Destiv Odrala.
Destiny. Cool.
And you guys notice that the tracks do lead away from the camp further in like an eastward direction, but you also notice that they come to the camp from that direction. So like if you want, you can make a survival check to see which one's newer and which one's older.
I'd like to do that, please.
Guidance.
Let me guide you. The one coming
May
to the
gods
camp
bless you.
from the east is much older than the ones going away from the camp. Probably
Okay.
by a day or two. And you would probably know from that survival check and tasting the goblin blood that these goblins, you know, they're kind of starting to smell. You see a couple of them are starting to decompose. The tracks coming into the camp happened like in tandem with the attack, which was a couple days ago.
Okay. So these goblins have been dead for a couple days. Those tracks are the newest ones. So they might be using this as like a base of operations or something. This thing might be smarter than we think it is.
I say we follow it.
I agree. I do. But we should tread carefully.
Agreed.
Okay, so you guys continue to tread along in your same order, I assume. And maybe another 30 minutes go by. It's a little warmer out. It's probably around early afternoon, 1 or 2 o'clock-ish. You guys walk up to like a clearing, just a small clearing. The trees don't go away completely, but they thin out significantly. And you see the opening to a cave. Not a very big opening, but you see an opening to a cave that kind of tilts back and kind of sets into the ground. You see that it goes down into the ground a little bit, and the tracks lead straight to it.
Well,
There we have it. A cave. That was easy. Okay. Should we try to lure it out, or should we go into the cave?
I mean,
Maybe we should verify it's in the cave before we try and lure it out, or we just look like idiots.
we can make that. What we do is we'll go into the cave.
Hey, buddy, come out! No, nothing for like hours.
Yodelay. Hee-hoo.
You hear snarling behind you. Just oh shit!
It's not the cave. It's not the cave.
Wait, so they think it's in the cave? Or you guys know it's in the cave?
It's a possibility it's in the cave.
It's possibly in the cave.
You see multiple tracks going into the cave and multiple tracks coming out of the cave. But with like you being able to pick up the tracks much better now, Jackson, with your survival roll, there's a set going into the caves that are much fresher than any of the other ones coming out.
It's in the cave.
Okay. It seems like it likes to eat goblins.
Now
What
be
are you
careful.
suggesting?
Here's Zap.
I could get it out of the cave.
Great idea. Go ahead.
Wait, come here. And like I just like put my hand over like on like Zap's like by like his face like right here, and I'm gonna do that on him.
Palm over his entire face.
What is this? Why am I glowing? Goblins don't glow.
Bait for bait for bait.
It's just it's so he'll see me better.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Go on.
All right,
True.
I guess I'll go first. And he's just like he's
Wait.
walking, but
Take JJ.
yeah. What?
Take JJ, my monkey.
You
So
want me
we
to-
have eyes on what's going on in there.
Hold on, I just thought about something. I can't see in there, guys.
But you're glowing.
Is it an actual Is
Goblins
it like an
don't
actual
have dark
aura?
vision.
Goblins have dark vision, stupid.
Oh, it didn't put it into my character sheet, so I thought maybe it didn't because I did everything from the.
Dark vision. Goblins can see in dim light within.
Thank
60
you. I
feet
understand what
as
dark
if it was
vision
bright
is.
light, and in darkness as if it was dim light. You can't discern the
Wait.
color in darkness. Only shades of
There it
gray.
Arian.
Wow.
Arian.
All right, let me just hold on, and he like rubs his eyes and like he's like, oh, yep, turned it on. It was just I hadn't used it in a while. I've only been alive for 21 days.
Check your blinkers.
My blinkers, and he's gonna like turn and look at his butt and make sure that it's not traumatic.
What's a boy? What the fuck?
You ever? You know what? I'm just gonna go in there. I hope to God that thing eats me. I'm gonna walk in like, hey, demon doggy.
So you're not trying to be stealthy. You start walking in, just walking, talking.
Yeah.
Okay, so you start walking and you're talking, shouting off of this thing. You walk for it gets dark. You turn around and the opening to the cave, the sunlight coming in gets darker and darker, or smaller and smaller, not darker. And
I'm keeping an eye on him through JJ.
I'm probably holding JJ like in two hands, like.
Why'd the music change?
You get probably 100 feet in. It's getting darker. You get about 50 or so more feet in, and you start to hear something.
So am I 100 or 150 feet?
You're
in?
150 feet in now. And you start to hear something.
Well, I've already committed this much.
You hear in Goblinoid. Just one more, and then I can be done.
Oh.
And it just keeps kind of chanting that over and over again.
I mean, I'm a goblin. Maybe he'll want to talk to me. I'm gonna walk a little bit closer.
Okay. So you continue to walk forward. And you see, like, crouched in the center of this room, a drabby, beaten down, like blood scratches all over them. You see broken arrows laying on the ground near them with blood dripped everywhere. A massive amount of blood is on the ground, compared to what belongs inside of this goblin. but they are bleeding, and it's just kind of like huddled down, kind of, almost like Gollum style, and it's just kind of like looking back at the back wall, kind of like shaking back and forth, rocking, and it's just saying, "One more, just one more, I only need one more."
One more what?
And in like a horrifying manner, its head shoots towards you, and you see these horrible glowing yellow eyes as it just kind of looks at you, and the eyes get bigger, and it goes, one more, and it starts to like crawl towards you.
Hey there, buddy. I'm gonna ask you politely to not do that.
Make a perception check.
Bruh, rest in peace. Oh.
Okay, yeah, like as it's like crawling towards you, you kind of like take a look around. You see that there are like items strewn about in like little caverns in the back of the cave. There's weird cracks going up the walls. But as it starts to like crawl towards you, you see it starts to sprout like hair coming off of its arms. Black hair starts to like shoot out of its arms. You see on its
you're
back,
one of those.
on its
Oh,
back,
God.
you see black hair like sprout out, and you see it kind of like it's starting to grow in size, and it's one more is getting deeper, and then it starts to get like a two-toned sound to it, as you hear like a demonic voice come up from underneath and meet it, and it's just one more, and it's getting louder and bigger as it crawls towards you. His skin starts to turn to a black color as a snout starts to grow out from where his mouth should be. What do you do, Zittlezap?
Yeah, and when he starts turning, I'm like, oh, one more. Fuck the monkey, drop it.
Ophelia, you're watching as all this happens, and all of a sudden you hear Zittlezap. Is this in Goblin? Because I know you're talking to him in Goblin. Do you say "fuck the monkey" in Goblin and all that?
Probably, yeah.
But without switching back to Common, you just see your monkey go flying up in the air and like plunk on the ground, and you watch as this huge black dog starts chasing Zittlezap out of the room.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be screaming down the hallway. It wants one more. It wants one more. And I imagine like his like robes are like definitely waving in the wind so he can run as fast as he can. I don't know if I'll be able to outrun it or not though. So
Probably not, but I imagine you kind of get like a head start as it's like transforming, so you start running. We'll make it kind of like a little bit of a skill challenge to get to your friends before it catches up to you.
Okay.
So can I get you to roll like an acrobatics check to see how quickly you can get yourself turned around at pace and start running its way?
Yeah. Not very fast.
Not very fast. It starts to gain on you.
Oh dear.
I hate that token. That token is weird looking dog.
Okay, so not a lot, but it starts to gain on you. Do you do anything to try and keep it from catching up to you as you're running? You see it's gaining very quickly.
I probably like spin with my little ring on my hand. No. I probably get my orb out and I'm like, you stupid, whatever. I'm gonna shoot a firebolt like at its feet, like while I'm running.
Okay, so you shoot it. Make a charisma check, like with your spellcasting ability, to try and like see if you can just kind of hit its feet to stop it from catching up to you.
So just like a flat charisma roll, or
Yeah.
like
With your
A spell
proficiency,
attack.
like a spell attack.
okay. So do you care if I just roll the firebolt?
Yeah, you can roll a firebolt.
Okay.
Okay, so that's barely a success on this one. As you start to like zap it at its feet, you're shooting out firebolts. They're just kind of like aimlessly blasting around the room. Therian and Jackson and this music is way too like.
I was like, what is this victory music, bro?
This is
What?
too hyped
What in
to-
the Simba is going on here?
That was way
I
too.
can't wait to be king.
You're blasting fireballs. You guys notice you see flashes of orange light. Therian, Jackson, and Danny. You see flashes of orange light, and you hear just like this screaming that you know is Zittlezap. And right behind that screaming, you hear this horrible, just like coming up behind him. But then Therian, you start to notice that the horrible like snarls you hear are words, and you can hear it saying, one more, as it's like chasing after Zittlezap as you see these orange flashes. Make another dexterity check, or an acrobatics check, Zittlezap, to see if you can kind of get a faster pace.
I swear to God, if I die, Krishnar's gonna kick my ass. And I'm just like running. He's gonna be so mad, and I'm gonna just see what happens.
That is a success. So you start to, your firebolts are working. It starts to slow it down. Not as much as you like. You see it like ping off of its paw, and you see that it kind of like scrapes it, but it doesn't hurt as much as it should. As it's chasing after you. But you're able to like get away from it. Do you do anything else to keep it off of you?
Oh yes, I'm gonna tuck my orb back and be like, all right, obviously this isn't working, and I'm gonna get out my bag of caltrops and throw them behind me while I run.
Okay, so you throw down your caltrops. I'll roll for the bar guest.
The what gas?
Let's see if it can kind of avoid it. All right, so it works. That was your third success that you needed to get away. You watch as it kind of yelps. You hear like almost like a dog yelping. The other three of you, and Zittlezap, you hear this as well, as it kind of like trips and falls, and you hear like a as it like rolls around a little bit, and it rolls on its back, and it has to quick get itself back up, and you watch its legs kind of scatter out from underneath it. And you're able to get back to your friends as it kind of gets its feet back into place. So you meet up with them at the entrance of the cave, but you guys watch as, now that it sees that its prey is here and it has friends, it kind of is slowly walking. You guys watch as these glowing yellow eyes come walking out of the darkness. You hear this panting and just this horrible like two-toned snarl coming out of the cave. And can I get everybody to roll initiative?
Hey,
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I Forrest Gump this. I'm running right past him.
He's like, I don't meet my friends. I'm out.
Well,
Hey,
we
Kyle.
assume we're
Yeah.
friends.
hold on,
Right.
you just try it. I'm having a problem with the map.
What's wrong? You can't see anything?
Like I can see everything, but like it's like the last like 2 rows where like our characters will not load. Oh, I reloaded and I think it fixed it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm good now.
I need to click.
Oh my God.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I didn't even open up the oh my god. There we go.
Oh.
All right, I got everybody in here. Descending. All right.
Oh, bruh. Didn't Kyle roll like a 20 something for the goblins last time also?
I don't
Yep.
know. You think I take notes on the rolls?
Well, I don't understand how that's not out of the realm of possibilities. I mean, you have some
Come on
very
now.
detailed notes. That there are things I don't remember, and you're like, "Oh, we did that," and I was like,
Yeah, we
"We
did.
did that."
All right, so it comes stalking out of the cave slowly. Now that it knows it's able to catch up to you, you hear this horrible snarl. You see drool dripping from its black mouth. As it walks closer, you see 4 sharp fangs, and you guys watch as it runs straight up to Zittlezap, and it's gonna try and bite you.
No.
The whole way there, you can just hear it, Zittlezap and Therion. You just hear the one more as it gets there.
That hits.
Ah,
Ah,
it takes damage.
you take 12. Oh, it does
Okay.
take damage, so go ahead and roll that radiant damage.
So
2d10 plus 2. So 13.
Just rolled a 1
Not
and a
bad. So
10.
it goes, and you watch as it just kind of like chomps down on Zittlezap's back, kind of winces in pain, lets out a gasp and maybe a little bit of a grunt as it clamps down on your back. But then you watch as like this bright glow kind of bursts in its face, and it quick lets go and shoots itself back a little bit as it kind of swats at its nose with its paw. Zittlezap, what would you like to do?
I turn around and go, "You want to dance, ugly? I'll dance with you." I'm gonna stab him.
Yeah, that'll do it. Okay.
And then I'm gonna stab him again.
And then I fired, and I missed. I fired again, and I missed again.
That does not hit.
Shit.
You watch as you stab your dagger into it. Like you stab it in, and you get all the way up to the hilt, and like its arm, its like bicep, and you pull it up, pull it back, and you watch as its skin kind of closes just a little bit around where your dagger was.
Oh. Okay. Guys. Don't hit it with fire. And I hope you have a magic sword.
Don't hit it with fire?
Nope.
Oh,
Why?
I did that on the way here.
So there's no practical reason I shouldn't hit it with fire.
It didn't work, obviously.
Fuck.
Ophelia, what would you like to do? He said, fuck.
I don't really have a lot that I can't do. Currently. If there's no fire. Hang on. I'll do that. I'm just gonna take out my sling and shoot a little rock at it.
That'll hit.
Bruh.
Just imagine Ophelia panics, quick grabs a rock off the ground.
When
You hear the Therian and Ziddlezap. You hear a very audible shh, like the pullback on on a sling,
Bullseye!
and then you watch it's just a rock just right in its eye, and it winces out in pain.
I'm gonna turn around and go, seriously?
I don't know!
Therian, what would you like to do?
Thanks for hitting.
Sorry, I'm reading the rest of the spell description. Oh, okay, yeah, I don't want to do that. That thing will eat my booty. I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
Or
He said, "Screw you, squishy wizard-like people. I get the AC."
I'll throw a Shield of Faith on
Just kidding.
Ziddlezap.
Okay.
And then, so you got a +2 to your AC, bud.
Cool.
And then I'll run up to it. And I'm just gonna try to smack it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look at me like, please.
Oh, yeah.
Double crit all the way across the sky.
I should have done Wrathful Smite, dang it!
You watch as Therian comes up from behind you, Ziddlezap, as you feel like empowered for a minute. The same energy that you felt before when he used his Channel Divinity on you, feel that again, just slightly different this time. And he comes up with his mace, and you swing, and you crack right across its jaw. You hear a very audible snap, and when it turns back towards you, Ziddlezap, you see that its jaw is kind of hanging limp. It doesn't seem to be able to close it anymore, and it's just like snarling, and you hear it trying to utter its eyes are just focused on Ziddlezap, and you can tell that it only has one thought, and you can hear it trying to say that one more, but it can't get out the words anymore because its jaw is just kind of dangling from its face.
Now I just think its tongue looks like Jar Jar Binks when he
It's-
accidentally puts
it's-
his tongue into the pod racer.
It's unsettling, for sure.
Oh my god.
Jackson, what would you like to do? This thing is looking hurt. You can see that there are scratches all over it. You can see where there were holes in it almost from arrows being shot into it. You can see that this thing has taken a beating its whole way here today. It's hurt.
All right, I'm just gonna swing my sword at it.
Okay. That hits, dude. Oh, wait, here. Okay. That was unnecessary, Ginger. All right, so yeah, you go and you slash at it, and same thing, and you would have noticed this with your mace as well. You should have been able to take off its face when you hit it with that. Breaking its jaw was about as good as you could get with the weapons that you have right now. And as you slash at it, Jackson, you cut a nice gash in its side, and you watch as a little bit of blood trickles out, and then kind of like the ends of the gash start to kind of close, not quite doing as much damage as you thought. Snarling, eye still on Zittlezap. It goes and swipes right out from underneath you, Therian. It goes and swipes its claw at you.
Wait, at me or Therian?
Therian.
Oh,
The
that does
17
not
hit?
hit me.
Okay, so it goes to like swing its claw at you, just kind of to get you out of the way. When it does, you're able to kind of like scoot back just a little bit, and its focus is so hard on Zittlezap that its claws just kind of swing in front of you. You feel like a shing go across the front of your armor as it misses. It's not able to penetrate. Zittlezap, what would you like to do?
Jackson, how cool are we?
We're the coolest.
No, not. I mean, yes, but like, I mean, like you said magic's bad around here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But are you cool with magic?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna nimble escape. I'm gonna disengage as a bonus action.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get out my orb and I'm like, all right, big fucker, it's time that you go down. You smacked me in the face and I'm not okay with it. And I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt at it.
Okay.
Oh.
That's a hot spell, right?
That does not hit.
Ah, well, the beggars can't be choosers. Okay. And then I'm just gonna stand there and be like, damn, that really hurt.
Ophelia, what would you like to do?
I mean, if it ain't broke.
Oh my god. Yeah. It's not broke. Definitely works.
Ophelia, this is the most powerful sling I've ever seen.
Yeah, you watch it. She's just like collecting rocks, probably humming a little bit. Picks up a rock, just shoo, grabs another one, nonchalantly.
Kat, I think that your macro is messed up because it's just saying it's 1d4 plus 1.
Well,
But I
yeah,
think-
because it's plus dex, because my dex is only +1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, because you get the +3.
Yeah, that's because
To hit.
she's her
Because it's
proficiency.
proficiency.
You only get your modifier on damage, not proficiency.
What?
What are you talking about, John?
Me?
No, Jacob.
On damage attacks, you
Damage?
only get your modifier.
Yeah.
That uses it. You don't get your proficiency and your modifier on
Unless you have a
damage.
feat.
That's just on attacks.
Oh, okay.
So she would get a +3 to the attack because she's proficient with slings, and then she gets a +1 to damage because that's her dex
I was just
modifier.
having a moment. It's fine. I was
You're
like,
good.
this isn't adding up. She has a +3 right there. I
Yeah,
was
that's +1 from dex and +2 from
yeah,
proficiency.
No, that makes
yeah.
sense. Yeah. I'm
Um,
How's that? You said no fire. I'm doing my best.
Yeah, so you fling it and you like you hit its jaw that's kind of dangling, and you can see that it winces its pain as you kind of just like fester at the wound that's already there.
That's honestly like the most. I didn't know you were gonna be able to do that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Neither did I. Neither did I.
As she collects another rock.
Yes.
Therian, what would you like to do?
Do I waste a spell slot?
No, it's not worth it. I just tried.
You're right. Just because I hit one attack doesn't mean I should waste spell slots.
That misses. You swing, and it's able to pull its head out of the way, and you swing wide. Trying to land a hard blow that you did before doesn't quite cut it this time. Anything else?
Nope.
Nope. Jackson.
Level 2, bro. Level 2.
Well,
Level 2.
Slashing damage isn't gonna do anything, but that's all I got.
You got
So
it.
here we
dude.
go.
No.
Fuck.
It's able to jump out of the way of you as well.
Oh.
It's kind of like jumping back and forth now, kind of dodging your attacks.
That's
He's
all I
like,
got.
afraid of getting wet.
You're afraid to get wet.
Um,
Are you mad?
Their death.
angry.
will- Oh no.
It goes to swipe its claws at you, Jackson, this time. The 22. You'll take 8 slashing, as it's kind of like a webbed paw just kind of like swings out from the side and it goes straight across your chest. It kind of smacks you, kind of knocks you back a little bit with the strength of this creature in front of you. Ouchie wowie. Ziddles out. What would you like to do?
Big boy.
This thing's a real asshole. I'm gonna walk back up to it.
Mm-hmm.
Could you please just stop?
Yes, that'll work. That'll hit.
I'm just gonna put my hands like right on it. Like it's not
just please don't eat me now.
just that's enough. And I'm just gonna set my hands on his dumb.
Down, upper, down.
Let's go.
Yeah. And you watch as it yelps in pain from behind as you like grab like its back thigh and send this electricity through it. It yelps in pain and screams, and it turns and looks at you, eyes still glowing, but you watch as some of the electricity from your spell goes straight down its leg and goes into the ground.
You mean to tell me this thing's got a lightning rod in it?
It doesn't
What
do
the
as
Benjamin Franklin is this thing?
doesn't do as much damage as you thought it was going to do, but you do chip away at it a little bit. You see it kind of, some of the lightning penetrates the holes that are around it and the slashes that are around it, so it hurts it, but not quite as much as you wanted it to.
Look here, buddy.
Bonus action disengage.
No, oh no. Him and I, we're doing this for real.
Ophelia, what would you like to do?
It's not dead yet?
No. It's hurt. Like, it's limping. It's panting. Every hit, it's kind of screaming in pain.
3 for 3.
No, it's not.
Nope. Just kidding.
You're a
Just
little,
broke down.
little
So
too
pretty
distracted. You grab a smaller rock, and you shoot it, and it just kind of like skids off its shoulder. It doesn't seem to affect it at all. Doesn't even like look at you. Its eyes still set on Ziddlezap.
Sorry.
Therian, what would you like
it's
to
okay.
do?
I'm gonna be just fine. Therion, it's really okay. You should make sure Jackson's okay.
Nope. Swing wide again as it kind of lifts its head out of the way. Jackson.
I go, screw this. And I cut my hand with my blade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. So what does that do?
That takes away 3 of my health.
Oh, okay.
And my blade is now engulfed in flame. And now I'm gonna attack.
Stand next to me, Jackson.
Oh my god!
Oh! Absolutely.
He just did a happy dance.
Say yes, sir.
I almost knocked both my monitors down right there.
Beautiful.
And
Ooh!
my right of the flame, that's fire damage. Oh man!
Jackson, how would you like to do this?
Oh boy! So, whew, okay. All you hear from behind the thing is, fuck this. A slice of flesh, and then a bright light. And then, like, I'm gonna, like Indiana Jones style, I'm gonna whir the scimitar, and then just bring it down on its neck.
Beautiful. And as you bring it down on its neck, you say, fuck this. Its head turned towards you, and you see its eyes already glowing that deep yellow. You see the flame from your blade glowing in its eyes, and it comes down on its neck and straight down. You guys watch as its head separates from its body, and that both of those lumps fall to the floor. And as they do, you watch as the hair slowly starts to recede off of it, skin turning more to a greenish color. It shrinks in size. And after a moment or so, you see the body and the head of a goblin laying there on the ground in front of you.
Tell your mama.
That's right.
Michael, you really did just make Isilnor 2.0 with fucking Ember.
No, I didn't.
Like cutting your arm just to have Ember again.
You just made the MCR version of it.
Leave me alone. Thank you, Matt Mercer. Leave me alone.
That was beautiful. So yeah, you guys defeat this creature. What would you like to do?
Have you ever seen a goblin do that? As I turn the fire off and then sheath my scimitar.
You need me to pat your hand?
Oh no, it's fine.
All right. He like immediately starts putting he's already had the twine out.
He was ready to go.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I'm fine.
It's okay. I think I'm starting to get pretty good at it.
It's like a regular thing for me.
To Jackson, like, I really don't like that you have to like hurt yourself in order to, access that. And I'm gonna I'm casting Healing Word on him.
So not
is that
only
what the rolling 2d4 is? Was that from cat? Okay.
Wait, no, that's my duty for.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Now you're healed.
I'm gonna take a minute and sit down.
Yeah, and as you guys sit down, kind of contemplate what you just did and what you are going to do from here, we're going to take a quick break, guys. Don't go anywhere. There's plenty of Secrets of the Lost Summit when we get back, but we're going to take a quick break real quick, get some water, get some snacks, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Secrets of the Lost Summit. There it was. Nothing's changed since Tomb. Not zero. They're the same characters. They do the same shit, and they did. Oh. I'm just kidding. I love Tomb. No, but I love. It's okay. It's nice.
We're just missing Ginny.
It's familiar. Yeah, we're still just missing Ginny.
And wait.
Anyway. So, before the break, our party was able to take down this Barghest, this demonic-like creature. I was able to shapeshift between a massive wolf-looking thing and a goblin. Once you brought it down, it transformed back into its goblinoid shape. You guys sat down for a minute. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna search the back of the cave.
Jackson said, peace.
Y'all heal up. I got this.
All right, so is anybody going with Jackson?
I'll walk back there, I suppose.
Okay. So Ophelia and
That
Therian,
cat is long.
who I don't think took any damage, are gonna sit at the front of the cave and just kind of chill.
I'm gonna bless the body of the goblin to Hedron and
Lame.
Did we bring that thing with us back to Scylla?
I mean, we should. Well, I'm not there. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna talk from there.
You're good.
So, Zap,
Yeah.
do goblins believe in a deity?
I don't.
Whatever he's doing is probably gonna piss it off a lot.
I mean, if it makes him happy, I don't care anymore.
I'd rather not have the gods upset with us.
I don't believe in the gods. They always fail me anyways.
Oh,
Me too. And I just show my metal armor.
Yeah. That's why I stopped believing in them.
It's just getting deep in here. So as
Look at
this
us.
happened,
Look at
Jackson,
us.
feels
One
very
arm and an
bruh.
infant.
Yeah. You gotta explain to me what that means. I'm very confused because you look old. For a goblin. But that's a bad thing. Just saying. The timeline's confusing.
Well, okay. Well, here I'll just. I feel like I can trust Jackson. So, I'm gonna roll up my arm sleeve a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna see that my wrist is about 3 inches apart from my arm, and there's electricity holding it together.
Oh.
And I'm gonna be like, yeah, I got a lot to talk about. I'm gonna put it back
Okay.
down.
Fair enough. We can tackle that one later. We'll unpack that at a different time.
Yeah, it's a lot to process, honestly.
Yeah, okay.
As you watch him put his sleeve back down, you probably see, Jackson, that the electricity that looks like it's kind of holding the joints together, it kind of flickers for a minute, and Zittlezap's arm almost goes like limp for a second, and then quick, the electricity comes back. Like the blink of an eye, it kind of drops, and then he picks it back up, and Zittlezap, it's a little sore after that.
Does it bother you?
Some days.
Can we help you in any way with that?
I don't know what's causing it.
Hmm.
The only thing I know is that the farther I go north, right?
The farther you go north.
Yeah. The farther I go north, the larger the gap becomes.
Do you know why that is, or that's still up in the air?
I don't know. I wouldn't know why, right? That's
Sorry, my
That's-
cat is just all over my desk right
part
now.
of that. It's actually the reason that I'm here.
In Eopea specifically?
Well, yeah, and I was made
Ivastea as a
in-
whole?
I was made in Eopea, and I need to figure out why my joints are like this, because I'm
Right.
supposed to be, like Therion, not like you. You're missing an arm.
Yeah. It's here, take a look at it, and I'll pull it off and kind of hand it to him.
I'm gonna grab it and immediately fall on the ground.
It's interesting mechanically. I don't really understand how it works. I just woke up with it attached to my body after a nasty fight with some wizard.
It's lovely. Please.
Oh, is it too heavy?
Nice
Sorry.
Nice. Oh.
Yeah. And just kind of zoom right back on. It's connected to me somehow.
You think that they're gonna freak out if I tell them my arms aren't attached?
I think they'll be understanding.
Okay. I might tell them on the way back.
I think Therion might be a little taken back at first just because he probably hasn't seen something like that before.
Yeah, I
What
mean,
if-
did you see the way he looked at Truth when his leg was all mangled?
Yeah, and he's a healer.
I looked at him just fine.
Like he's never seen a war wound before or something.
He's not as old and young as I am at the same time. So
That's confusing.
anyway, anyways, what's back here exactly? Did we find anything?
You make it to the back of the cave. You see kind of piles of cloth and bags and stuff like that. In the little nooks in the corner. Both of you make a perception check.
Oh, great.
Is it dark back there?
Yes. Jackson, do you
I do not have dark vision. Oh, I don't know.
have any
I
way
guess
of?
That would be up to you, depending on the mutations. I don't. That's a DM call, not a me call.
We can. But that might be something that we can work out in the future.
Yeah,
I'm gonna okay.
over time, it kind of
Yeah, absolutely.
something.
Yeah.
Whenever
You
we
have to
start
drink a specific
investigating,
potion, Geralt.
whenever we start investigating, I'm like, hey, this might help a little bit, and I'm gonna light a torch and hand it to him.
Okay.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
So-
You're welcome, buddy.
You light a torch and immediately the room illuminates. It's not a very big room. Maybe 30 feet around, and it's a pretty round shape. And once you illuminate it, you see the piles of stuff in the crannies and the nooks in the walls. You also notice immediately that in the center of the room, there's a small, maybe orange size, bowl, almost carved into the floor. It's smooth, it was meant to be there. It's a little dip in the floor. Coming out of that dip, you see 5 cracks that come out all around. Kind of, they're evenly spaced, not like randomly placed. And they go out, spreading like a spoke from this bowl in the ground, and they go up the walls. Going up the walls, they kind of resemble like lightning bolts as they go up the walls. And when they hit the ceiling, you look up, and at first it looks like naturally or like some creature scratched the ceiling. But as you look at it a little bit more, it looks more like somebody purposely came in here and like scraped swirls in the ceiling. And the swirls start to resemble, they look like clouds. So it looks kind of like lightning is coming out of the clouds in the ceiling and meeting in this little bowl on the bottom of the cave.
Does this mean anything to you?
Does this mean anything to me?
I mean, you're connected by lightning. I don't.
No, Kyle. Does
Oh,
this
that
mean
was
anything
out
to
of
me?
character. That was out of
Yeah.
I mean, no, you've never seen anything like this before.
No, I don't. I mean, I do. I am connected to lightning, but I don't understand what this is.
Ophelia. Oh, there you are.
Hey.
Oh God! You just
Sorry.
I think this
walk
needs
up on people like that.
a more delicate magical hand.
What?
I don't mean that in like a demeaning way at all. I'm sorry.
No,
A more
what
intricate
does?
magical hand.
I don't
what I
think that what
mean.
you were saying was offensive.
No, it's fine.
Okay, intricate, I think is a better word anyway. But just observe, and I just kind of like trace the lines in the bowl and stuff up to the ceiling, just so she can see better.
Yeah, and you see the same thing, Ophelia. It looks like there's a bowl like carved into the floor of the cave, and then like 5 almost like lightning bolts coming out of it.
I was
and
listening.
meeting
I wrote it down.
at clouds in the ceiling.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Typical.
Give me a few minutes. I'm gonna ritual cast detect magic again.
Hey, Therion.
Yes.
How are you doing, buddy?
I'm good. It didn't even touch me.
It's a good fight.
What's with the clock?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? It's on your chest and your shield.
My armor is an heirloom passed down for as many generations as I can remember.
Oh, so is my med kit.
Generations.
Yeah.
I'm just
What?
casting detect magic and just sitting there.
Wonder what that's like.
What?
Having generational.
Oh no, it
Items.
didn't belong to me. It didn't belong to me.
What?
What do you mean, what?
Like look up from my ritual and just like. I mean, what? What else does what mean?
I don't know what the what is about.
I don't know.
It was weird.
Back to casting.
It's been a lot of confusing conversations today.
It was from a friend. Is that what you were wanting to know?
Do you mind me asking whom?
You wouldn't know him.
That's okay.
He was a bird person.
Oh, like Aarakocra?
Yeah.
It's an interesting species of people.
There. Well, you could say that.
In a good way. I enjoy their company.
They're quite nice. Well, sometimes.
Hospitable, for
They
sure.
also pack a wicked punch when they're angry.
Oh, I'm sure.
Aw.
What was his name?
His name was Iki. Iki
Like-
Salik.
Like, from the Tales of the Destruction of Azenith?
Well, I wouldn't know about all that, actually. Just start walking into the cave mouth. I'm gonna be like, there's a tale. Like, I don't think
Yes.
Zap would know that there's a tale about that.
It's celebrated throughout all of Ivastea.
What?
Warriors from each corner of the planet came to fight the Cinder Lord. Do you not know this story?
No.
Oh, it's a good one.
Oh, that's good. Who else do they talk about in that story? Hey, Danny, are you
Rhea?
almost done with the spell?
Rhea, for
Uh-huh.
sure.
Huh?
The Ranger,
Okay.
badass shifter.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Necros Iron Fist
Yeah.
from Kaorin, the Goliath.
Yeah. He's twiddling my thumbs nervously.
Erden, the monk.
Oh. He wasn't really that cool.
What? He was more of a like. Yeah, I think he's, Erden's okay.
Oh, did you know him?
No,
Oh.
it was like 1,000 years ago.
Oh. Like, Zilzap sits down in deep thought for a moment.
Gosh, some of the other names are slipping. You remember when our parents used to tell us this story?
Yes, I always loved Valara. She was my favorite.
Valara, yes, the tiefling.
Oh. Okay.
Do I know anything about this story, Kyle?
Make a history check.
That's insight.
Yeah, you probably know at least the rough outline of the story of a tale of 7 or 8 heroes throughout Ivastea that came together to take down a tyrannical red dragon that was trying to take over all of Ivastea about 300
There was
years ago.
Hekadar as well.
Is
Hekadar.
there one more?
Oh. I mean, this is just a tale, though, right? Like,
Hekadar, he's kind of. Oh, he was a sorcerer, just like you.
oh,
Yeah.
that's good. This is just a tale, though, right? Like, this didn't really happen. It's just
Oh no, this happened.
Oh,
This is
what?
well recorded through history in
oh,
every continent.
it's what?
Ophelia, you come out of your detect magic and you sense an aura of divination and abjuration magic coming off of the cave.
The whole cave?
Well, coming out of the bowl and then up the lines and up to the clouds in the ceiling.
Therian, was there a goblin with them?
How's that spell going?
The
I
magic
can't-
has touched this place.
I haven't
That'd be
heard this.
great.
Oh, okay.
I haven't
That's
heard this
not
since I was
good.
just a boy.
Goblins wouldn't
What
fight a
kind of
dragon.
magic?
Especially
Divination and abjuration.
Divinate. Sounds like lame magic to
Asnath
me.
is one of the worst rulers of all of Ivastea. I don't think a goblin would fuck with that.
Yeah, you're right. You are right about that. Wow,
There's Kira.
Is the room getting warm or is it just me?
See, I never really liked Kira and all the tellings of it.
No, he always
He was
seemed like
kind of an asshole.
ass. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's real nice. I just yep. I'm gonna go look at this bowl over here. Probably throw up in it.
Can we stop making references only we get?
No, these are literally for Virginia, for Noah, and for Brandon. That's what those are all for.
That's good. I'm glad that those 7 people were acknowledged.
Yeah.
I feel like there was another one.
Can you recall the name?
I've never heard this
Did it
story.
start with an X,
I don't know.
a Y?
I feel like one of them got kind of lost through history. It just kind of
Oh,
fell off.
Sucks for that guy. He probably was the worst.
I don't know. Why would historians hide a specific name? Can't recall.
I mean, maybe they didn't find his body like they found the other ones.
That's a good point. But they were all killed.
Well, I mean, the ones that were there were killed.
Did someone flee?
Well, I would use flee as a very loose term.
No, that's run away.
Yeah, it's
Leave
not
is-
really.
Leave their friends behind
Yeah,
to
I mean,
fight
I
the
didn't.
greatest evil Ivastea has seen in millennia.
I don't. Well, no, they wouldn't have done that.
Why are you sweating?
You're not sweating.
Fall.
It's very cool, and I'm in full
It's
chain.
hot. It's so hot in here.
We're in a cave.
Yeah, that's why it's hot.
That's not how caves work.
Yeah, it's hot in here.
Maybe he's just really passionate about the story. That's why he's upset.
It's definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, guys, magic.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm looking in the bowl.
Yeah.
It's a bowl.
What did
I
you
think-
find?
I don't know. Maybe we could like. I don't know. There's got to be a reason it's here.
I'm gonna pick up the bowl.
The bowl's like not. It's not a bowl. It's carved into the stone. Like it's just like a dip
Oh.
in the stone, but it's carved out. Like it's smooth and it's
I
symmetrical.
try to,
It's
like,
in the shape of a
Run
bowl.
electricity through the crack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
what do you
was
do?
gonna suggest that.
All right, I'm going to use shocking grasp and try to like force the electricity out of my hand through it.
Okay, so you lean down on the bowl. You put your hand out to cast Shocking Grasp. You guys watch as the sparks kind of come up his arm from like the center of his body down to his fingertips, and they come out, and you watch as they flicker and they almost disappear. And you watch them. You shake your hands, little zap. It hurts for a minute, and you go to recast the spell, and you do it. And they come out of the tips of your fingers, and they all almost instinctively know to go and meet, and they meet right in the middle of the bowl. Zittlezap. As soon as that happens, the world goes white.
It does what?
It goes white.
What did you say?
What did he say?
Dr. Grim Reaper.
Sorry, I
Just-
ruined this moment, guys.
In a flash of white light, the world just, you don't see anything, and it slowly starts to fade into view. You are no longer in a cave with your newfound friends. You are in an open field at the basin of like a mountain range, surrounded by these beautiful mountains. There's trees sprinkling this field that you're in. It's a beautiful summer day. The air is blowing, or the wind is blowing on you and ruffling the leaves in the tree, and the long grass that you're walking through is swaying back and forth. It's familiar, but yet you have no idea where you are or how you got here. When a familiar voice next to you, as you look to your right, you see this blue bird-like humanoid.
No.
And they say, are you sure this is where he's going to be, Zittlezap? This doesn't seem like his shtick.
What? What? I'm gonna turn to the voice.
Then you see your friend Iki standing next to you, walking with you in this field towards the mountains.
I'm gonna give him a hug.
Yeah, you go and give him the hug, and he goes, what was that for?
I'm sorry.
And he goes, sorry for what?
I couldn't save you.
And right as you say that, there's a crack of thunder on a cloudless day, and the world goes white again. And as it slowly starts to fade back into view, you're standing on the rocky slopes of a mountain, pouring rain. The sky is gray. You hear thunder rumbling all around you and lightning cracking every once in a while. You look down in front of you about 15 feet away. You see this charred, blackened body laying on the ground in like a patch of like grass that was also like burned away, in like this circular black charred ring around this body, that you almost can't recognize. You see glints of blue coming out of it. Behind you, you hear a booming voice. You shudder as it says to you, "Come, boy. You have much to learn."
I don't. Okay.
You turn around and you see this towering over you, this blue half-dragon. You turn around, meet his knees at your eye level, and you start looking up. You see, wearing thick padded leather armor, his arms crossed. On each of his wrists, you see these silver bands that seem to wrap all the way from his elbow down to his wrist on his forearm. Going up, you meet his face, where he has dark blue eyes on this very elongated dragon-like face with a cream horn coming out of the top of it, and blue spikes coming out of all different directions out of the back of his head, and this kind of like two tendrils kind of coming out of like almost like a mustache, like a Fu Manchu mustache coming out, and he just stands there looking at you. "That was a good show, but it's not gonna be good enough."
Are you talking about where I'm guessing you made me hug my dead best friend?
He just chuckles. And as that happens, you watch as the wind picks up. It blows your cloak almost off. It's a very strong wind as the rain goes sideways, stinging your face. And then it starts to swirl, almost in a small tornado-like fashion. And it starts to constrict. And it starts to wrap around this half-dragon in front of you. And you watch as his muscles tighten up. His eyes kind of squint, almost like a confused look on his face, as the wind seems to get tighter and tighter around him. You look and you almost see like glints of scales along the wind. And you almost start to see like a serpentine shape forming, wrapping around Kreshnar. It squeezes a little bit more, and you watch as his muscles tighten up and his arms get pushed into his body. And blowing past your ear, almost with the wind, you hear, "Ziddle-zap! Help me! Help you!" And you see, at first you look up at Kreshnar, and it looks like his eyes are glowing this bright yellow color. You take a moment. He's never done that before. And you look a little bit more, and the glowing eyes aren't Kreshnar's. They're in front of Kreshnar's face. And you watch as the wind continues to constrict him.
I mean, for all I care, you can just keep constricting him. He's a dick.
And as you say that, he kind of like grumbles under his breath, unable to open his mouth and say anything to you. Out of nowhere, crack! A thing of lightning comes straight down and hits Kreshnar right on the top of his head. It almost seems to surge through his whole body. You can see the outline of his skeleton going all the way down to the ground. The glowing eyes never move, never waver. And you kind of put your hand up to block the bright light that hits you. And when you put your hand down to look again, you see that blue bird-like creature standing in front of you, your friend Iki. The glowing eyes are still there, but now they're set into Iki's face. You see that his eyes are glowing this yellowish color. You've never seen his eyes do that either. And without a word, he just extends his hand out to you.
It's Iki that's standing in front of me?
Mm-hmm. Where Kreshnar once was, now there's Iki.
The
wind is still around Iki, but it's not constricting Iki. It's just kind of flowing around his body.
Iki, is that you? You're not answering me, Iki. I'm gonna, like, grab his hand.
And when you reach out to grab his hand, you hear this rumble of thunder as the world goes white again. Jackson, Therian, and Ophelia, you watch as Zittlezap casts Shocking Grasp. His lightning meets in the center, like his palm, and then hits the center of this bowl and rushes up one of the cracks going up the wall. As it reaches the ceiling, it hits the center of the ceiling, and you look up, and it almost looks like the clouds start to move. Naturally, like clouds usually do. They just kind of look like they're blowing across the ceiling of the cavern. Then you look and you see almost a serpentine shape weaving its way in and out of the clouds and through it. And right as it's about to hit where the lightning has met the center of the ceiling of the cave, for a split second you almost think you see these glowing yellow eyes. And as soon as what would be like this creature's nose touches where that lightning is hitting, a bolt comes straight down, striking Zittlezap on the back. You watch as it lights up the whole room, blinding you for a second. And as the stun goes away from being flashed by this lightning, you look, the clouds have stopped moving, the lightning is all gone, but Zittlezap lays what looks like unconscious on the floor.
I'll run over to him.
You run over to him. You feel a pulse. He's alive. He just seems like he was knocked out from the blast of the lightning. You look on his back because he's laying like he kind of just fell on his stomach since he was crouched over this bowl. On his back, you see burnt into his clothes. It looks like it went through, like the electricity spread across his back and kind of burnt a little bit of his tunic that he's wearing. You can see that the lightning almost took like a winged shape on his back, and he almost has like these winged scars going across his back now as he lays on the ground.
What was that?
So the electric energy only went up one of the cracks?
Mm-hmm.
And is it still there, or did it?
No,
all just
it struck Zittlezap, and you guys were kind of blinded for a second. When you were able to focus your vision back again, the room is exactly how it was before.
Okay, maybe not do that. Is he okay?
He's alive.
That's good for now.
He's not. He's unconscious.
Give him a minute.
Yeah, I think I just take my bedroll off and lay him down on it.
Yeah, and you lay him down, you get him comfortable, and just for a minute, he stays unconscious. Eventually, Zittlezap, you start with a gasp as you sit up. You remember everything that you just saw, but now, when the world went white that last time, all of a sudden it went black, and when you woke up, you were here.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Are you okay?
Yeah? Why?
Because you've been out for a little bit.
What just happened?
What are you talking about? Why am I on a bedroll?
Because you were unconscious.
Oh. Okay.
What happened to you?
If I told you, you probably wouldn't believe me, honestly.
Well, it looked like you got struck by lightning from in the middle of a cave. Seems a little out
impressive.
there.
Oh. Well, that would explain why I'm unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah.
You didn't cast Absorb Elements in time.
I don't know what that means.
I mean, it only went up one of the cracks, and there's 5 cracks if you want to do it 4 more times. But I don't know if you really want to get struck by lightning again.
I did see somebody 2 people that I know.
You saw something.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah. Why does that seem self-explanatory?
Well, I don't know. You said that I got struck by lightning, but I didn't see that.
It's true. I guess.
I'm not making a whole lot of sense. I think the electricity's gone to my brain.
I don't think this is. Never mind.
I don't know if we want to stay here. I don't think messing with whatever that is gonna help us with anything.
We should go back to the town.
Yeah, you're probably right. All it did is make me want to cry.
Hey, crying's okay sometimes.
Yeah, but I do it a lot. And I'm tired of doing that.
Do you need someone to talk to? Are you all right, Siddlesap?
I'm okay.
Okay. What do we want to
Let's
do with
get
this thing? I like motion to the what was the giant dog. It's not a giant dog anymore.
I'm gonna pick up the head.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say we could just leave it.
Nope, I already got it. We have
Did
to
you-
take it back to the
You blessed the body, right?
Yeah.
Therian? You watched as when you blessed it, it started to like burn and fizzle away. Kind of by the time it started to like sizzle, and now that you're like coming back towards the opening of the cave, its body is almost completely disappeared. Kind of in just like this muck on the ground. You see like the clothes that it was wearing. You see this like metal object that would have like been in its pocket is now like glinting on the ground.
I'll grab it.
Okay, when you pick it up, it's like it's made out of like it looks like it's made out of like this steel and almost like wood is like inlaid around it a little bit, just kind of in like sections to hold it together. It looks like a handle, and on the handle there's like this glass plate that lets you see inside. It's a very thin glass plate, but you can see inside. It looks like it's hollow. And then coming out of the handle is this very thin rod, and then at the end of that rod is like a small like ball. It almost resembles like a screwdriver, but at the end of it is like a small ball coming instead of like the head of a screwdriver.
Mm-hmm. Do I have like any idea of what this is?
You've never seen anything like it before.
I like just hold it up and like I show it to everybody. I'm like, any clues?
I mean, how long has it been since I casted Detect Magic?
You'd probably detect it has transmutation magic coming off of it.
Would I know what it is?
Nope, never seen one of these before.
Nope, no idea, bud.
Would what's the name of the guy that runs the shop that's next to the antique store?
Want?
Yeah.
He
Do you
could
think they'd know? Could bring it to them.
possibly. Let's get back to the town. We all need some rest and a good meal.
Absolutely.
And I'll take this to, and then I'll go grab the rest of our reward for slaying these beasts.
How are we supposed to prove that we did that?
I don't really believe that they're gonna question me.
The whole city questioned you.
Book.
Well, we also have this. And worst comes to worst, we bring truth in, and his leg will be enough proof.
That's fine with me. Can we just go?
That works, whatever.
Do we want to check in with Truth before we head back?
No, I think it'll be more fun if you actually call someone out here.
That's messed up.
Shake my head.
What? You don't like jokes?
That is not what I said.
That's what it sounded like.
I didn't even say anything.
Yeah, you shook your head. That's called body language.
But nothing was said.
You didn't have to because you said it with your body.
But that.
Yeah.
I just start walking back.
This
He's
head
right, you
smells
know,
bad.
you can tell a lot about like a person just from their body language.
Right, Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just gotta know what to pay attention to.
This body, this head though stinks.
The head's
There's
gone,
no
I
head.
thought.
No, I picked it up.
The body was gone.
I blessed it.
But the head was severed from the body.
God, you think I'm gonna bless just the body?
That's what you said, so I took it literally. I have the head.
No, you don't.
All right, then I'll take yours.
No, you won't.
I mean, not literally, like metaphorically. I would reattach it. I have the butcher's twine.
No, no, no. That is not how this works.
Sure, it does.
Let me tell you how you're wrong.
So, how long is it going to take us to get back?
How long did it take us to get here?
It took you about two-thirds, three-quarters of a day to get there.
So we're going to have to go rest. We might as well go tell Truth or staying with him.
Yeah, just invite us ourselves into Truth's house. Be like, yo, we're crashing here.
I
What's he
saved
gonna
his
do,
life.
fight
I
us?
saved his life. Yeah.
Saved his
Well,
life.
terrible people.
I'm all for it.
It's the least he could do for your saving his life.
Hey, I used to travel with a circus. We would just pitch our tents wherever the fuck we wanted. And I'm no stranger to this kind of thing.
That's great. I have standards.
Really?
Jesus.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
You hit one time in combat, and now you think you can just say whatever you want? Huh? 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 That's what I thought. You don't know what it's like to be as old as me.
You're 21 days old.
Give or take. Anyways, let's go.
So are you guys staying with Truth?
Yeah,
we're
I'm
good.
just gonna
We're
kick
just
his
gonna
door
show up
right
So you
at
in.
just
door.
burst into his tent? You
No,
prob- you
I'm
probably-
going to knock.
Nah,
There's not much to
I-
knock on, so you find like one of the posts holding it up and knock on it. There's no answer.
I just opened the door.
You open the canvas and you walk in and you just see him laying there. Just
Yeah, see, he's not gonna care.
Wait, does he live in a tent or like a hut?
it's like a hut made out of canvas.
Oh, okay.
Like the whole thing is just like canvas stretched across like 5 or 6 planks, like planks of wood going up, holding it up, kind of like a
I
teepee.
think that's called a tent.
Anyways, I'm gonna find somewhere to sleep. Good night, guys.
You guys all just lay down, just go to sleep.
Yep.
I
I'm gonna-
laid out outside.
I'm gonna keep a watch.
Okay. Make a perception check. Are you staying in the tent or outside of the tent?
Outside.
You're tired, bro.
You are exhausted. It's a beautiful night. You kind of like try to stay awake to keep a watch, but there's owls hooing off in the distance. Occasional wolf howl. You hear crickets
Traps.
chirping. You don't see or hear anything other than that.
Whenever it's my turn, I'll get up.
I'll take the last watch because I'm an early riser.
Okay.
All right. I guess I'll get up.
Okay, so you get up and swap places with Jackson, who, like, you go out to swap places and you have to, like, hit him on the chest, like, half asleep.
Mm.
You're doing a great job, Jackson.
What happened?
Go to bed.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a perception check. Who was that? Okay, you sit outside and you hear the chirping of the crickets, the howling of the wolves. Nothing else comes to your attention.
Cool. I probably spend most of the evening trying to get my arms to connect together.
Yeah, and you you sit there and you try and, like, push them back together, and every once in a while the magic kind of flickers on them and they go limp like they usually do. It gets sore. You also notice that your back is very sore, kind of like you just had, like, got a tattoo.
Oh, what the hell happened to me while I was asleep? Well, I mean, I guess if there's nothing around here, I'm just going to go back to bed.
So you go back into the tent and you wake up. Therian? Okay, Therian, you wake up pretty early. Go ahead and make your perception check. Okay, yeah. You stay awake as you hear all these noises just of the woods, and the sun starts to come up. It's an uneventful evening. It's very quiet, peaceful.
I'll start a pot of tea.
Okay. You go and you start digging a little bit into, like, Truth's belongings to find all the things that he needs to make tea. Everybody else is still kind of knocked out. It's pretty early. With your perception check, you see what almost looks like a key is hanging on, like, a hook on the side of Truth's house. It's on the inside, but, like, in the kitchen, it just looks like a key almost when you first look at it.
Is there, like,
As you're,
anything...
like, racking around looking for tea and whatnot.
I probably just ignore it.
Okay. You find stuff to make some tea. It's not very good. It's very earthy.
This is not like the temples.
No, it's not at all. And eventually everybody starts waking up. You guys all wake up to the smell of Therian brewing some tea. After a couple minutes after you guys wake up, you hear like a huh? Oh dear. What are you all doing in here?
Oh, hey.
We came to take your stuff.
And he, like, looks at you, and you can tell he's, like, out of it. And he goes, you know what? You can just whatever you want. And he flops his head back down.
You heard the man.
No.
No.
He owes us something.
We'll collect at a later date, I think.
I'm gonna collect now. I'm gonna rummage through his things.
No, you're not. I just pull him back.
Make an investigation check. If you go to grab him, or actually with your nat 1 investigation, you go to start looking around and you feel like a pull on the back of your collar as Therian kind of just grabs you.
Just because you're bigger than me doesn't give you the right to touch me. Do it again and I'll kill you.
No, you won't.
Yes, I
trying to
will.
go through stuff.
I'm
Set
gonna
him
pet
down.
his dogs.
Okay. Yeah, they let you. They're very sweet and loving. They just kind of remind you of big dogs. They don't seem scary like wolves, like most people interpret them. But yeah.
Oh.
As you guys wake up, you drink your morning tea. What do you guys do?
Is Truth awake?
No, he went back to sleep. He, like,
Just
woke up for a
said that.
second, looked at you, got confused, probably thought he was having a dream, and then fell back to sleep.
If you weren't so focused on what I was doing and focused on him, we wouldn't have had to ask that question. Therion.
Question was out of character.
No, it wasn't.
Jesus.
Just focus.
On
Why don't
what?
you focus on not stealing things?
Just because I'm looking through stuff doesn't mean I'm gonna take it. I have to see if it's even worth taking first.
I think I
You didn't
remember
give me
you
the
saying,
option. You didn't give
I'm
me the
going to
option.
get my payment now.
No,
And proceeded to begin rummaging through his stuff.
you didn't hear me. You were too focused making your tea.
I was making all of us tea.
I don't like tea.
This shit is gross.
It's bad.
I'm like, it is not that
I like
pretty
take
bad,
a sip.
bad.
I'm like, it's okay.
No, it's gross.
Okay, it's kind of gross.
Says
Yeah.
the goblin that can make it taste like whatever he wants.
Yeah, I shouldn't have to do that though. And you
Oh,
don't know.
bougie
You don't
ass
know that I
goblin.
could do that. You didn't know I could do that. Back
So-
off, buddy.
So you guys have your morning tea, argue a little bit more, per the usual. You step out of Truth's tent and you start heading back to the town.
Yeah.
Okay. It takes you a good 6 or 7 hours to get back to town. It's relatively easy. You can kind of follow your tracks that you took to get here, so you don't have a whole lot of trouble. You don't have as many stops as you did on the way out into the woods. And eventually you come up to, you start to hear the bustling of the city of Silith, and you come walking out of the woods into kind of like that alleyway that you entered in, and come out to the town square of Silith.
Silly.
Ah, where it all began.
I need a shower.
I feel like we were just here 2 days ago.
Yes.
Ziddlezap is
gonna
really, really good with time, dude.
Before we leave the woods, I turn myself back into Dan.
Okay.
Has anybody seen Danny?
Jesus Christ. You watch her.
We've been over this.
You watch her change form into this Dan.
Whoa.
Wait. So, are we supposed to be like a team now? Or is this just a temporary thing?
I don't know. We don't really have a specific direction that we're going right now.
Okay, well, if that's the case, I'll see you guys later.
Well, do you want the rest of your gold?
No, it's okay.
You know where to find me.
Yeah, over on that post over there. Seems like you do a lot of sitting over there.
No.
Wait, what do you mean no? That's where you were when I first saw you.
That doesn't mean I'm always there.
Your job isn't just to make sure that no one bad comes in.
No, I'm not a guard.
I thought that's what you were.
I have to go figure out how to explain to the mage cloaks that I couldn't capture
What's a
Danny Leon.
What's a
They
mage
don't-
cloak?
No, me as that name. That's my alias, dude. Don't tell them my alias.
Oh, it's just a description. My bad.
No,
What's
it
a
has
mage
the name
cloak?
Danny on it.
Oh, yeah, it's just as Danny. There. Anyway, I need
Wait,
to
they know
report
my
to-
alias? What the fuck?
Yeah, but they
They're
don't know your real
powerful
name.
I'm trying to buy you time.
Yo, where the hell are we gonna go?
But you didn't answer what's a mage cloak.
Keep
You went
casting
over-
magic in public and you'll figure it out real fast.
That does not mean cast magic.
That, you're honestly terrible at descriptions.
They hunt magic users.
Why?
I don't know why. I just get paid a lot of money to go find them.
Oh, I see. It's like a don't ask, don't tell kind of thing.
No.
No.
It's like we'll pay you to do this, and I'm like, okay. That's what
Oh,
it's
so
like.
it's like hush money.
We were
Basically,
like bounty hunters, kind of like that.
I don't know what a bounty hunter is.
You hunt for a bounty. It's the name.
I don't think he knows it.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I need to go report to the Mage Cloak, so I will be right. I'll meet you guys at the inn.
Okay, that sounds fine, I suppose.
I have to go see the roof.
Well,
I guess that leaves you and me, Danny. I'm gonna
Yeah.
smile really big. This ugly goblin smile.
do you want to just go hang out at the inn, I guess? We'll wait for them to come back.
I mean,
Wait!
we can. What?
Therion, do you still have that item that we got off of the goblin body?
I do.
Are you taking it to whoever you're going to talk to?
I mean, that was the plan for afterwards.
Okay, I wanted to take it to, fuck, I forgot the name again.
Tilla.
You can do that.
Tilla. To see if they knew what it was.
You can do that.
Okay. Let's do that, Ziddlezap.
I don't want to go do that. I'm gonna go find something else to do.
Okay, well, I have like 40 minutes left before I need to hide.
Okay. I'll quit 40 minutes then.
Okay. We'll start with Danny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you walk up to the familiar store that you probably spent some time in it when you were a child. It's still open. It doesn't look very busy, but there's a big sign that just says wants, and then in front of like the word want, W-A-U-N-T, it looks like there's a stick that's supposed to be like the shape of a wand. And you enter, and you hear like a little ding-a-ling as you enter. And it looks like they sell like arcane foci and other like there's like some just like wizard looking cloaks, very simple magic type items that can just be used, some components, they sell those, and then maybe a couple of potions are locked behind the counter. But you see at the counter is about 6.5, 7 foot tall, a large green skin humanoid. He's got tattoos going up and down his arms, which you see the tattoos up to about the top of his forearm, where his sleeves are rolled up. He's wearing like a just like a button-up shirt and slacks as pants. And he's just kind of standing at the counter, and he goes, "Hello, how may I help you? Never seen
Hi.
you around here. What's your name?"
My name's Dan.
And he goes, "Dan, nice to meet you." And he like smacks your shoulder with a lot of force. Kind of like knocks you
Ow.
to the side a little bit. He goes,
Oh, we
What
lost
can-
Tyler.
"Where'd he go?"
I don't know.
"I don't know." He goes, "What can I do for you today, Dan?"
I was wondering if you could appraise this item for me and maybe tell me what it does.
That's an interesting item. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. Let me take a look at it. Let me see. And he takes it from you, and he sets it down on the counter, and you can see like on the counter there's like ruins inscribed on the counter, kind of like etched into it in like this circular shape, and then there's like little triangles coming out of it. It looks just very runic, and he sets it right in the middle of it, and he puts his hands on the counter, and you hear him start mumbling a couple of words, and the ruins start to light up and glow on the counter. After he's done, he does that for a couple of minutes. They stop glowing, and he goes, "It's odd. Seems like it's some kind of item to transfer magical abilities back and forth." And he goes to he slides it across the counter back towards you. He goes, "Seems to me if you touch the end of it up there and concentrate a little bit, I'm not sure of the minute details, but it seems you can transfer your magical essence into the device and then seemingly somebody else could take them out.
Isn't that, you know, magic is like, you know? I know this is like a magic shop, but like they're weird about it here.
I know, that's why I'd be careful with something like that. You see, and he looks at it, and he picks it up, and he touches the palm of his hand to the top of, like, the screwdriver, the ball at the end of it. And he just kind of closes his eyes and concentrates for a minute. And you watch as this, like, greenish energy forms around his hand, and it goes into the ball. And then it travels down the rod and into the handle. And you watch as the handle, that glass plate on the front of it, you can see into it. It fills with almost like this weird green smoky energy. And he looks at it and he goes, "Yep." And then he puts it back and he concentrates a little bit more. And you watch as that green smoky energy leaves the handle and goes back up the rod and into his hand. And he goes, "It seems as if it could be used to share magic, or what I assume it's meant for is stealing magic. I don't know, I've never met many wizards or witches alike who liked sharing their magic, but you never know when the time arises, but..."
Right.
I would be careful with this one if I were you, Dan.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
And as he, like, slides it back across the counter to you, you see, like, etched on the handle in, like, this, kind of nice handwriting. Like, it seems like it was meant to be etched in there. You see FV, and then a space, and then an M2. As he slides it back to you.
FVM2?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Now, is there anything else I can do for you today, Dan? Need a new foci? Your cloak looks a little dirty. I'm not one to judge. I mean, some people, I'm not. And he looks like he's a very well-kept half-orc.
I mean, I'm kind of attached to this cloak a little bit. I've been through a lot with it.
No need to
on my
explain.
back.
Just wanted to make sure.
I appreciate that. How about one of those potions? It never hurts to have one of those on your person.
When he looks back, he goes, "You mean the healing ones?"
Yeah.
Absolutely. It'll run you 50 gold.
Ooh, that's a little up there. You know, I'll think about it.
Absolutely. And he kind of, like, puts his finger out at you. He's like, "Uh-huh."
Have a good day.
You too.
Okay, bye. And I walk away.
And he just kind of goes back to doing work as you walk out. And then we'll kind of, as she walks out of the door, we'll fade over to Jackson. You walk up to this large estate. The biggest house here in Silith. Kind of like a nice garden in the front, maybe some fountains. You walk up a very nice stone staircase up to these two grand doors. And two guard-like figures stand at the door. They kind of just look at you, and they know who you are. They nod, and one of them opens up the door and ushers you in.
Appreciate it.
And they just kind of nod, and then close the door behind you. You hear shoop as it closes, and that echoes through the chamber. You would know that there's like the typical like two staircases that go one to the right, one to the left, and go up and meet in the middle at the top. You know that his office is at the top of those staircases.
Mm-hmm.
You walk up the stairs. Do you knock? Do you just enter?
I just enter.
Okay, so you open up the door, and he kind of jumps with the start. He says, "Jesus, Antares, the least you could do is a knock."
Why?
I at least know that you're there.
Who else comes into your office?
Other mage do you think you're the only one here in Silith?
The best one.
I mean, that's besides the point. Did you do... What are you here for? I don't have another job for you yet. Did you
I know.
complete the one from the commander? From the Lord?
No one of this description has entered the city in the past 2 days.
Well, that's unfortunate. How far have you gone to look for this person? Because I'm pretty
Outside
sure...
the city, in the woods, at the inn. I was at the front gate for hours.
He just kind of looks down and keeps writing. Without looking back up, he goes, well, I mean, can write a letter and send it to Cashire. Let him know that you failed your mission. You can go and see him personally and let him know you failed your mission. What do you want to do here, Jackson?
The word you're using there is incorrect, but...
Do you have this Danny person?
I don't.
Well, that seems like a failed mission to me, unless you plan to keep looking for this Danny person.
Maybe the intel was incorrect. Who gave you this envelope?
One of his personal delivery men. I don't remember their name. They just came, dropped off the envelope, and went back. A strange man, scruffy brown hair, weird goatee.
How long do they stay in the city when they deliver jobs?
Maybe overnight.
Would you think he's gone by now?
Probably. When did I gave that letter to you? What, a week ago?
Oh yeah, he's gone.
I mean, the Lord has his own delivery men. So he would have went straight back to Cashire unless he had more jobs to send out. But that I find that highly unlikely because we usually get a couple of jobs at one time, and then we don't see them again for a month or so, and then they come back. They don't never had him come out and give me a single job.
I'll hold on to it in case I cross someone's path, but just wanted to update you on what's going on.
That's fine. Do you want me to notify East Conair?
Yes.
All right. And what would you like me to say? That you're continuing to search with no luck so far?
Yes. And that no one of this description has entered the city in the past 2 days. When they said that they were specifically coming at this time. So.
Okay. And he kind of nods. Make a deception check.
Oh no.
He nods and he kind of just looks at you. And he goes, all right, I'll work on the letter. But you should know, Mr. Antares, that Tobias has his way of doing things. I've only met him once or twice. And he terrified me to the core of my soul.
That's not hard to do.
If you... And he kind of just like brushes it off and he kind of smiles. He goes, if he finds out that you're lying to him in any way, shape, or form, I cannot stop him. And Jackson...
You can't stop anyone that comes through here. That's why you're behind a desk. Have a good day, and I'm just gonna leave.
And he just kind of trails off and goes back to his work. So you leave and you head towards the tavern.
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna take a long route around the city.
Okay.
And then, like, into the tavern just to make sure I'm not followed.
Okay, yeah. Make a perception check.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Stop making me roll dice. You don't see anybody following you as you're walking back, but yeah, you take the long way around to make sure. Therian, you go and you head back to the office of the one and only Destiv Odrala. You walk in. I assume you knock on the door.
I do knock on the
Okay,
door.
you knock and you hear a, come in, come in.
Hello there.
And you walk in, he goes, there, Therion. And he kind of like waves his hand. He goes, you need to clean yourself up a little bit. You're like covered in like fiend blood. Some of it's like still sizzling a little bit.
I know. I've come to inform you the beast, that fiend, has been slain.
What was it?
It was almost like a wolf, but 3 times as large, and it was fiendish. The body burned as I blessed it.
Where did it come from?
Would I have gotten the information about it being... Well, I guess I would have known it was a goblin.
Mm-hmm.
It was a goblin that could transform into it. I've never seen anything like it. We found this, and I pull out the letter from Destiv and hand it over with a bag of like copper and silver. We found this at one of the goblin camps, and the camp had been massacred by this creature.
Yeah, and you can see the letter has like bloodstains on it. He opens it and he reads it and he goes, so that explains the attack the other day. We'll make sure that we get this sent straight back to Gilramore. Thank you, Therian.
Of course. The supplies are there. I would not recommend going to get them.
Yeah,
They
he kind of
are
like looks at the condition of the
tainted.
letter and he's like, yeah, we'll chalk that one up as a loss. We've rebuilt pretty well the past couple days, so we might be okay.
If you
Anyway,
need anything,
he goes, yeah, don't let me forget, and he snaps his fingers. And the very familiar, nervous Todwick comes walking into the room. He goes, yes, sir. He goes, go fetch the rest of Therian and his friends' reward for getting rid of this creature. And he, like, you notice he was writing down the whole time you were doing a description, and he stacks those papers and he hands them to Todwick and he goes, and take these down to Mr. Want and see if he knows anything about these creatures. And if there can be more of them, and if we need to worry about this in the future. And he goes, yes, sir, right away. And he runs off. A couple moments later, he comes back with a sack of gold and hands it to you, Therian. And he still has the stack of papers, so he kind of just tosses it to you nervously and then runs back out and goes off to Want's place to...
Todwick,
Yes.
this is
Mr.
only
Mr.
29.
Wind Waker. He goes, no, I swear I counted it just like the last time, Mr. Wind Waker.
It's 30. I'm just...
Please stop doing that to me, Mr. Wind Waker. Oh my God, I can't handle. And he just kind of like runs off, and you can see he like almost instantly started sweating when you said that, and he runs off. And
So, a mighty fine man you have working for you.
he does good work. He's an interesting character, but he does good work.
Thank you. If you ever need anything, you know where to find me.
Absolutely. Thank you, Therian.
And I leave to go back to the inn.
Okay. Yeah, and you leave and go back to the inn. And then finally, Zittlezap. What do you do while all of this is going on?
I think after all of it, we would probably get like a scene of Zittlezap curled up in his bed, holding his healer's kit that has got Iki's family crest on it, and he's crying, telling Iki sorry he couldn't save him.
Okay. So we see that
Bro.
scene of Zittlezap kind of contemplating what happened. As the rest of you start to meet back at the tavern. Probably exhausted, even though you rested a night. It's been a long couple days, but you meet back at the tavern, and that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Cool.
On Jacob making us all sad. That's fine.
Don't you wowie.
So yeah.
On that positive note.
Right?
I know, right? Just make us all cry, and then we're like, okay, good night.
Catherine, would you like to
Yeah.
start us out?
Sure.
And
Did
saying
we
good
forget
night.
how to function?
I don't know how to work things.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name's Kat, aka that RPG chick. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, pretty much any social media under that username. I stream on my personal channel. I do like variety games. Tomorrow night I will be doing some old school RuneScape shenanigans with Michael and Sith Iron Fist. We just decided to start from like square one on the game because it's like the oldest game that we ever played together, and it's been very fun so far. So make sure to come by and hang out if you are interested in doing so. And thanks to everyone that came and hung out with us here tonight.
Cool. And then Jakey Poo down there, the king of the sad boys. Would you like to tell people where they can find you?
Guys, my name is Jake, and today I played Zittlezap the Booyog in this episode of Secret of the Lost Summit. It's such a journey, and I can't wait to experience more of this character with all of you. If you'd like to come hang out with me, all of my social media is JakeTheBard_, and I have some new stuff in the works that I'm hoping to release soon, and I'll be making my comeback to Twitch after taking some time off to reevaluate things in March. So I'm really excited to be there with you guys for that. And if you want to hang out with me on Saturday, I'll be DMing the third episode of Mandari's Curse. So everything else I'll leave to Kyle to talk about because he's the DM for the night. Thanks so much for being here.
Cool. Next up, Tyler. Would you like to tell people where they can find you?
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name's Tyler. Obviously, I played Darion in here. I play in Mandari's Curse also, which will be Saturday. Thanks for everybody who came out. You guys can find me personally on every social media platform and on Twitch at MiniNight17_. And I hope that you guys come out and hang out again. And thanks for coming.
Cool. And then last, but certainly not least, the oh so charismatic Michael. Would you like to tell people where they can find you?
Hey everybody, I'm Michael, also known as Darth Brennan here on Twitch and on Twitter. Thanks for coming out. I played Jackson and Terrace tonight and failed my deception check egregiously. So
Yeah, so I'm fucking dead.
we're on the run now.
Better start rolling new
Booking
characters.
it.
But yeah, everybody, thanks for coming out. This was a great session. Join me Monday for session 4 of Folly of the Gods. Yeah.
Dude, I can't believe it's been 3 and 4 sessions.
Right?
So like it's going by so fast. But yeah. Be sure to come back on Saturday for Mandari's Curse, and then of course on Monday for more Folly of the Gods. And then you can catch me personally at the Winking Wizard here on Twitch. And then I'm always here on all the campaigns. I play a character, or on Wednesdays, usually, because this is Thursday, we usually play on Wednesdays. You can catch me DMing this campaign. I'm so glad that you guys in chat like the session. I'm so excited to bring some more to you guys. I got lots of cool stuff in the works, so it should be fun. So be sure to hit that follow button so you don't miss anything when we go live and all that stuff. You can join our Discord where we like to discuss all of this stuff when we get in there. But yeah. We'll see you guys on Saturday. Everyone have a good night. And of course, as always, adventurers assemble. Bye, guys.
Good night.
See ya.
Bye.